What's up and welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 572, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 66 and 56 second place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. T, how you doing?
What up, Section 10 in the building?
That's terrible. In the mother fucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, Tyler.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't even think there was a possibility we were doing the regular intro coming into this podcast.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I just assumed coming off back-to-back series losses, we were just gonna okay boom it. It felt like an okay boom kind of night. Not just because I'm saying you should be panicking or anything like that.
Was it not you just before we started recording pointing out that all the teams that we needed to lose lost, and it's kind of just a wasted day?
That does sound like me. That does sound familiar.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I lack brain cells. I'm having a rough day. I've had a couple bumps today.
Oh, yeah.
Well, ooh.
That sounded a little crazy. I'm not doing drugs.
Jesus, dude. I mean, I don't know that that's true. Yeah, for anyone that didn't listen to 98.5, the fucking Sports Hub, me and T did the baseball hour. T hosted. I was the guest. And Coley. This is how...
I saw the clip.
This is how...
I saw the clip.
No, not even that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. This is how T introduced me. After he said this, and after the segment was over, Jimmy Stewart comes into the studio, and T is like, gave up a leadoff home run, like nothing he can do. This is how T introduced me.
Host of Baseball is Dead, Jared Carabas.
That's crazy.
How do you
dude.
fuck up that bad?
The host of Baseball is Dead, Jared Carabas.
Like, it's the most simple fucking thing in the entire world.
Jared Carabas.
Guy just couldn't get tossing R's in there where they didn't belong.
It was like Jerry Remy possessed me or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
It was the first 11 seconds of the show.
The host of Baseball is Dead, Jared Carabas.
What is that, T?
There's an early R too, like the last R is
Carabras.
Yeah, it's like saying like crab rabris. Like he's just kept tossing R's.
Once the first R came out, I was like, oh, maybe I can kind of recover from it, and then I realized there's like, no way.
It was the vocal equivalent of like someone slipping on ice skates. It's like you slip, but then you keep slipping. Like
Host of Baseball is Dead, Jared Carabas.
What are we doing, T?
The last 2 days have been long and hard days. Yesterday, I thought I did really well on the baseball hour for me.
You did.
Definitely a learning experience, but man, Jared makes me nervous. I think that's just the truth.
This is,
that mistake again.
Okay.
I definitely will.
That's a lie.
Hearing Scooble kind of talk about that and signal the Red Sox out and kind of, mention them and the Guardians as two teams that are doing something funky with their first base coach and third. Whoa,
what the hell,
Whoa,
dude?
That was crazy. I just dropped that on air.
What?
I didn't mean to do that. Steve, it's his birthday. I apologize. That was wild.
That was crazy.
Dump that, J. Stu. Thank you very much. We can't have that on the airwaves. I'm going to get suspended about 3 times at the start of the pod tonight.
First of all, what does Steve's birthday have to do with that kind of language? Like, this dude, he was so nervous. He went Carabras, and then he drops a hard F, and then his cop out is, I'm sorry, it's Steve's birthday.
Steve's birthday? What do you want the man to do?
I mean, T, when you get back, T, because we didn't talk about this on the air. I didn't want to keep it going. You were already slip sliding away. What does Steve's birthday have to do with anything?
I consider him kind of the guardian of the F slur or whatever we want to frame this.
What does that mean?
The F word.
What is that? Why?
Jake,
why him?
That was bad. the F word we're
Flocked
referring to
away.
here.
He's like, what, Smeagol? or
I-
Smaug. He's the dragon laying on top of the treasure. That is the F word.
When I think of people busting that word out, it usually is him.
Okay, but
I
so
think
then
he's
why would
known
you be
for it,
sorry
yeah.
to someone who uses it so freely?
I felt like maybe because it was his birthday, maybe like the Jerry Remy thing, it kind of possessed me. It kind of took me over. And
Stop bringing Remy into this.
I think he needs to be mentioned.
Yeah, like what does Jerry Remy have to do with your behavior?
I'm lacking accountability.
This guy's like, oh, I fucked up your name and I dropped a hard F because Jerry Remy took over my soul. Like, what does Rem Dog have to do with this, dude?
I'm going through a lot right now, man.
It sounds like it. Like, what the hell?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Listen, sometimes you just got to tip your cap, man. And I'm going to tip my cap today. That's all I can do.
Who are you tipping it to?
Rem Dog.
Jerry Remy.
Steve. Jerry Remy. Yeah, sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the Rem Dog.
I can't believe I choked your name. Like, genuinely, how could you choke such a simple thing?
12 times. Not even just
I
once.
mean, oh my God.
Why are the Jared? I don't think he says Jared that well, to be honest. I don't think he got a syllable of the word right.
I don't have a lot
of baseball is dead. Jared Carabras.
Carabras. I'm sitting right next to you. We've been doing a podcast for 4 years.
Have I ever said your name like that before? Like, it's not like that's a thing I do.
No, you waited until we were on 98.5, the fucking Sports Hub, to drop a Carabras.
Listen, sometimes your nerves get you, man, and you start, the command and the control starts flying a little bit, and that's what happens.
What are you nervous about? We're best pals.
Of course, but as I tell you all the time, as you're the one who picked me up when I was 23 years old, you're my tribal chief, you're my sensei in a lot of ways. And when I'm in those positions, I'm not only trying to show everyone else I'm deserving of you kind of bringing me along and lifting me up and giving me this platform, but I'm trying to prove it to you that I am worthy of being that person and showing and representing. And I feel like a lot of the time I'm able to hit the mark, but man, when I fucking miss, I miss badly. It is embarrassing. It is rough. It is ugly. And I think that's what that moment was, man.
Gave up a leadoff home run.
It went so far. It went well over the monster.
Yeah.
And I thought I got away with it for a second. I really did. And then Jared was like, no. Come back here. Like, if I had a random person on, a random guest, they'd be like, oh, that was awkward and they got it wrong, but let's keep going. No, Jared was like, come back here. Just pulled me in and I ate it. I took the L.
Yeah. The Red Sox took the L too in this series, unfortunately. A lot of people were saying, is it going to be an OK Boom night? No, I'm not OK Boom. I'm not caving to the OK Boom. I'm not doing it. As I look at the scoreboard, it's 10:47 Eastern Standard Time. I see, I don't want to put anything into the ether. The Yankees are not performing as they probably would have hoped to have performed. It's the 7th inning, so there's still plenty of game left. It's a 3-run ball game. But yeah, you look around the scores and it's like, okay, you have the Cubs were triumphant over the Blue Jays. The Guardians lost. The Mariners lost. This could be, it's a salvageable evening, T. It's not the end of the world, especially if the Twins prevail. I guess we'll see what happens. It's a disappointing road trip, 2-4. I'm left with a sour taste in my mouth because of how convincing of a victory the middle game was. You go into the Ketchup matchup at the end there and you think, all right, the bats are hot. Walker Buehler, an encouraging outing his last time out. Can he keep it going? And we'll break it all down. We'll break it all down. But first, the Underdog Fantasy app is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. I got to check my pick'em too. I put another pick'em out today. I hope I did well. I hope I delivered a victory for the people. We had a victory on Monday. Tough loss on Tuesday. Hoping to bounce back today. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. So if you were to have had a choice in this, T. You would have went okay, boom.
Yeah, not for like a big picture, but more just kind of like a depressing cap on a road trip that I felt like one of the reasons why it is disappointing. Yeah, you played two really good teams. There's no doubt about that. But it felt like in both series, there was a game there that you should have won or you had a really good chance to win. And you can say that about Saturday in the Padres series. We talked about that enough last episode. But I felt like that was Monday in this one where, you do all this battling back. You make it a 7-6 game. Roman Anthony with that huge homer. Even Lucas or even Garrett Crochet. Yeah, he looked human. Like it was a rough start. And I think there's stuff to dive into there that I know some people think it's a workload thing. First start, passes, innings total from a year before. Velocity was up in this start. It felt like more of how he just attacked hitters and what he was using with his arsenal. And he admitted it after the game. But the fact that Jordan Hicks came in, gave up that 2-run blast, and that was the difference maker, that felt like one of those games where the offense was like, hold on, Garrett Crochet, we're going to step up and take and win this game for you. And Jordan Hicks, who can't even pitch in the 5th inning in a low leverage spot and get the job done. That's a game it felt like was supposed to be a good one.
We'll talk about Hicks. We'll talk about Hicks. In my mind, like an okay boom intro is, you just got swept, or it's like 5 straight losses or whatever. Like right now, like okay boom to me is you're out of a playoff spot. It's back to 500. You're 10 games over right now. That 10 game winning streak is what has you in the spot that you're in right now. You're 10 games over. You're still in a good spot. You're still in a playoff spot. If everyone else loses tonight, then you move on and you go back to Fenway, which I feel like we got to keep the positive vibes going, because when you go back to Fenway, that's where they're playing their best ball. And Coley,
how positive are the vibes going to be after you're finished beating the shit out of Roman Anthony? Now you got to beat up Alex Bregman too.
Yeah, we're gonna have some conversations.
Bregman getting in on that was absurd, man.
Crazy.
But like, that's more of a marketing tactic.
That.
That's a marketing tactic to me. Like Bregman's a salsa salesman, and like where Roman is, he's more like he's 21. He's more impressionable. Like I feel like if we just have a chat about the Ketchup, then I feel like we can get through to this kid and put him back on the right track. T.
So are there a lot of people where salsa and ketchup kind of overlaps and it's kind of one or the other?
So the other thing too about T is he doesn't know how certain words work.
Salsa?
Yeah, he said overlaps. It's just overlap. And then I believe on
I knew you were going to bring this up too.
Yeah, on
single
the baseball.
Out? What did I say?
Yeah, you said signal out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's single out.
Well, he knew he was about to curse, so he was already thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Might have been the worst hour in sports radio history.
No, I disagree. It was a very good hour of sports talk radio. I believe it was the most viewers for a live YouTube baseball hour of the year. The phone lines were banged out. You had Section 10 callers that were calling us up. Hogdale called in. Yeah, so it was a raging success, T, and you're too hard on yourself.
I need to admit to another sin.
Okay.
I mentioned another ketchup brand on Zolak and Bertrand today, and someone had to call in and suspend me during Zolak and Bertrand.
How did that happen?
We were debating at the time, so the Roman Anthony clip, we played it, and I talked about how I tend to use my ketchup and how I spray it in a bag of chips. And I might
spray.
Yeah. Like I, just open the bag and I spray a bunch of ketchup in there.
Okay.
And it kind of creates this ketchup chip soup. And someone immediately called in and was like, you're going to have to pay for this, right?
You're going to have to pay for this.
And they were right. So I just want to come out here and admit it. I think since I admitted it, I don't need to be suspended.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty. I never would have known that. I didn't. No one tagged me in this. No one sent me the clip or anything. So I appreciate your honesty, and it's clear that you've repented. But you did shout out another brand, is what you're saying?
I did.
Okay. Are you sorry?
Yes. I think
we're in deep shit for our
Ice
sponsors lately.
Clark called me out personally.
Yeah. Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Oh,
Clark Senior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you deserve that. Mr. Bears has been furious for like a month now. So, and you think Mr. Bears is going to be pumped that Steve is like, it's my birthday. I'm going to go out. Like, you think Mr. Bears is thrilled that there's no weather segment tonight?
Can't imagine.
Like, what happens if there's tumultuous weather at Fenway Park this weekend and no one knew about it because Steve was like, I got to celebrate my birthday. What happens? I don't want, like, I don't even think he has Steve's number. He calls me every fucking time he's mad.
Stuff.
Public execution.
Might be strong, but yeah, I think I'm not looking forward to seeing my phone light up and Mr. Bears is trying to get me on the horn, you know. I one phone call a season is too many from Mr. Bears. This would be number 3, I believe.
We're gonna get our shit together.
I guess, you know, I'm trying to lead from the front here, but it's very hard for me to say. It's very hard for me to not say, not my fucking fault, you know.
Jake, whose fault is it?
I feel like the guy top right has something to do with it.
Is that supposed to be me?
Yeah, that would be you. Yeah.
On my screen, you're top right for sure.
Yeah, you're big time top right on mine as well.
We're battling, man. We're working through a lot today. And you know what?
Yeah.
If someone needs to step up and be the fucking guy to carry all of our sins and make sure we cross over back into where we need to be, into that heavenly land, then I will be that guy. I will be the hero that we need.
Into heaven.
Me?
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a text message from my sister the other day, and she was like, her godson's little brother, who I'm taking to Fenway on Saturday. She was like, he wants to know why there's no kids sizes for section 10 on the store. And I said, because kids can't listen to T. That's why there's no kids sizes on the store.
Solely me?
That's what I said. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Children tend to like me.
I'm sorry.
Children like don't fear me. Like I'm not like one of those people where like I go up to a child and they're like uncomfortable.
All right, that's good. That's good. That's a good step. That's a good step in the right direction.
I welcome them.
Yeah. There's a nasty rumor going around that T might be at Fenway on Friday.
Wow. That is a nasty rumor.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
a lot
be
of
out
people
there.
talking about that. I think it's pending. I think it's pending a specific interview that we might try to lock down. I'm going to work on that tomorrow. But there might be an interview that we're interested in conducting, and I feel like I can't do that if T's not there.
That means a lot. And I do think coming off this series, there are things that can immediately be questions or kind of things to dive into with said person. But if I go to Fenway,
I don't want to overhype it. It's Andrew Bailey. I want you to be able to talk. What? Why'd you just shrug? I don't want people to think.
I think that's a big interview.
Yeah. It is a big interview. It's one that I've been looking forward to since spring training last year, I want to say. But yeah, I got like a verbal yes the last time that we were there. And I just got to hit him up and make sure he has some availability on Friday. And if he does, then yeah, I think that would be great.
I need to get to Fenway. I'm trying to hit there every single month for the rest of the year. I already did July. I'm going to hit August. I'm going to be there in September. So like they say I'm not at Fenway, but I'm getting kind of hot here. That's all I'm saying. The only months where I won't be at the ballpark were May and June.
Okay. When was the last time you were on the field though? When's the last time you were like press pass T?
Ooh. Had to be section 10.
Definitely
last year,
So,
I think.
okay. So it's been a year.
Yeah, I've only been on the field for one actual Red Sox game, and I think it was that. The other one was the Savannah Bananas.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be fun. That'll be fun if it comes to fruition. Is that the only guy that you'll grace us with your presence if we end up getting him? Or
No, not at all.
who's on your wish list?
No!
Let me ask you that.
Ooh.
Yeah, who's on your wish list? Give me your top 3 most desired interviews.
And it has to be guys you guys didn't speak to during spring training.
Just give me your top 3 most desired interviews that you like.
If Tristan Casas is rehabbing and around the ball club, I'd like to have a nice little chat. I'd like to catch up a little bit.
Okay.
I have not seen him in a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, do I have to worry about language barrier?
I mean,
You
this is
make
not
the
like
most
fantasy.
straightforward questions so
Yeah,
fucking
like
difficult.
who do you want to interview? And you're like,
Is Yoshida?
love
Is
to talk to
Yoshida what you're gonna
Masa.
say?
I do
Yeah.
want to talk to Masa.
I mean, I'm sure he has an interpreter that's assigned directly to him. I don't know that he's done podcasts with an English.
I don't know that
audience.
anyone's even tried to ask him a question. I don't know that anyone else cares.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, I guess I feel like that would have to be something that's not like on a whim though. It's like, all right, like, are you comfortable doing this? Like, is your interpreter prepared to do this? And then can we do it? I think it would be interesting. I don't know, like, all right, maybe we can work on that.
Was that who you were going to say, or were you going to say like
no?
something
Masa would definitely be on my list. Garrett Whitlock would definitely be there, and Romy Gonzalez would probably be the other one.
So 4 guys in your top 3.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I feel like Romy would be a banger interview. It just hasn't happened yet. Like anytime he's done post game and you see the connection he has with a lot of the young guys. And I think Romy Gonzalez overall, if it wasn't for some of your roster construction issues, he should be playing first base every day. Looked good against the righty today. Yes, that double play was unfortunate. It was the right pitch to swing at. But I think Romy has earned every day at bats, at least with how this team's currently put together.
I've never really talked to Whitlock.
He seems like the ultimate sweetheart.
Okay.
Yeah.
The little wave he had with Duran the other night. And he's
adorable.
tied his appearances from 2021, which I think is a pretty big deal. And just as a tired journey.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know him. We had him booked for that Nesson show a couple of years ago, and he canceled last minute. That's my only interaction with him. But
Raffaello would be really good too.
I've heard that he's good like that.
He seems like shy, but in a good way. Like not in a way where he won't say much, but it'll come off very endearing.
Yeah, I met his mom the last time we were at Fenway. She's very nice.
She came up to you, or did you go up to her? Oh, this is the Raffaello brother situation.
I mean, I saw I saw him and he was with her, and that was it. Yeah, there's no situation.
Not in a bad way. The interaction is probably the better way to describe it.
It's a situation with Steve because he was badmouthing Sadan and his brother.
Me and Sadan's brother, we weren't on great terms, and we worked it out.
Yeah, I mean, he could be a little sensitive, but he means well. He's not. He's not
got the
really,
family first.
Yeah, he's just looking out for his brother. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. Same way that I look out for you.
And he was right. Like he was. Just
I was about to say, right? If someone's taking a victory lap this year, it's probably him. So
yeah,
deservingly so.
Yeah, I usually take a victory lap at Blue Moon.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't take a victory lap unless I have a Blue Moon in my hand, because Blue Moon was born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado. So it's no wonder why you crave it. Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience, perfect year-round, and for moments that you want a lighter option of your favorite beer. Reach for a Blue Moon Light. It's refreshing wheat beer brewed with real tangerine peel for a lighter, exceptional taste at only 95 calories. I can't wait to have a Blue Moon Light with tea this weekend at Fenway.
We're gonna have more than one.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little celebration of tea for the big boy appearances that he's made on 98.5 The Sports Hub this past week, celebrating his success, stepping into that Tony Maz chair. Blue Moon also a sponsor of my appearances on 98.5 The Sports Hub, so we appreciate Blue Moon for that as well. Inspired by the beer you already love. You didn't mess up that read, did you?
That's when it happened. So I started to look over the read, and somehow the idea of multitasking, my brain was like, I'm going to see myself out.
Yeah,
we can't do the same thing or two things at the same time.
Very lame. Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste at only 95 calories, brightly brewed with real tangerine peel, tastes light and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon Light. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Suck one.
Before we get into the Astro series, just a reminder, section10merch.com up and running. Merch is cranking because we've taken on the operation. I believe the shipping is on the 22nd. This has been a pre-order just to kind of gauge like how many orders are coming in, how many size, like what sizes do we need to get. So we appreciate your patience on that. But everything is going to start to ship on the 22nd. So that's section10merch.com. And then, of course, Section 10 night at Fenway Park. That's September 17th against the A's. And that is redsox.com/section 10 for tickets. And yeah, you need to get a ticket through that link if you want the section 10 jersey. It's a black one this year. We did the green one last year. It's a black one this year. It looks very cool. I think they're sending me one, so I'm going to be able to do a little model, probably wear it on the views, wear it on the pod. Everyone can see it. Yep. It's going to be very exciting. So yes, section 10 night at Fenway Park, September 17th against the A's, redsox.com/section 10 for tickets. Very excited for that. And like, here's the thing. Me and T talked about this today. I don't want to do the dunk tank this year. I want to do something, but what is the something? What do we do?
Gum.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a bow and arrow. It's like, like, you put an apple on T's head and then we do the bow and arrow. And if you hit the apple, it's $1,000 to a charity. If you miss, you're going to jail.
My parents, my sister, going to see me die right there.
Yeah.
You can catch
We'll pull it out.
You're not living a bow to the head. Come on.
I would, but I'm built different.
Yeah, that's true. He has more fight in him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The dog in me would not stop it.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. September 17th, redsox.com/section 10 for tickets. We'll find out.
I don't mean to show off, but I was nicknamed Rockhead in elementary school.
Like the dancers?
No. I hit my head off a sharpener. Like, those old ones that used to be there. Yeah. And everyone thought I was going to cry.
Boston?
Yeah, mine was a Boston.
Yeah, classic Boston pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
Kids these days will never know.
Mm-mm.
They'll never know.
Imagine how dull his pencils were, this fucking dweeb, because it wasn't sharpened in Boston.
That was how like, obviously everyone dressed like bums the older that we got. Like once we got to high school, everyone dressed like bums, but like elementary school, middle school, like those first few weeks when you went back to school shopping and you got like all your new fits for the school year, you would go up to sharpen your pencil to flex on the class and be like, I don't know if you saw these new And One sneakers that I got, but like you should check them out. I'm going to go sharpen my pencil, do a little strut so you can see that. Yeah, kids these days, they're going to miss out on all the good stuff, but I digress.
Do kids have pencils anymore?
I don't know. Maybe.
We don't need them.
Yeah, I guess not. This series against the Houston Astros was frustrating. I mean, the Padres series was frustrating. This one was, the first game was a tough watch. I mean, the two losses were kicks in the balls. I think the fact that you're still in a playoff spot and no one else is kind of like, when the Red Sox heated up to get in this spot, it was like, oh shit, we're blowing past everyone. And my fear was that once the Red Sox cooled off, that someone else, there would be another team that would catch fire. And then it's like, fuck, we got past again. And now we're kind of where we started. No one has done that, luckily for us.
The Rangers are a pathetic franchise.
What'd they do tonight?
They, I believe, gave up 3 runs in the 9th inning to completely blow it. And they're 3-7 in their last 10. Like, there was kind of a stretch for them to gain ground and get in the convo. They're now 5 games behind you. The only team like that you really have to be concerned that's out of a playoff spot is the Guardians. And like, they have a negative 27 run differential. Do I fear them? I don't.
After last night's game 2, the Red Sox had the top run differential in the American League. So that's where I can't be, the world's collapsing. The sky is falling. I can't be there yet. You out hit and outscored the Astros in this series. Sure, it was heavily weighed by game 2. You scored 6 runs in game 1 with Crochet on the mound and you lost. Like that. Baseball is a stupid sport and you forget about that when the times are good. This was a stupid sport series to me. Today, you out hit them 8-4. Now it's Walker Buehler, so they're allowed 4. But the bullpen, what was the only out? The non-Jordan Hicks bullpen team. It was just Giovanni Moran gave up 1 run in the 9th last night, and that was largely on Duran and Toro. Like
I was about to say, Rafaela throwing a ball into the first base dugout as well. Like,
but they're only trying to turn a double play because Duran just didn't catch a pop fly.
Blooped out, yeah.
Yeah, and then so that's where it was just like, that's not even on recently promoted first pitching for the first time in 2 years. Giovanni Moran, like the bullpen was nails all series. Again, non-Jordan Hicks division.
That was 0 earned runs for everyone that you didn't mention out of the bullpen. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think Moran, did he get an earned run technically for that? Because that's not fair. That's not fair. That was the least earned run I've ever seen.
I agree with you, but it was an earned run. So in this series, Justin Wilson, 0 earned runs. Steven Matt, 0 earned runs. Weissert, 0 earned runs. Whitlock, 0. Campbell, 0. Moran was 1. And then Hicks was 2.
What did he say? What was his full quote? Because I only saw a piece of it. There had to have been more words that I didn't look into.
Is there audio from that?
I don't think so. I believe it's just a Globe article. I just read it and I was very... I'll give you the quote right here before I do anything. He said, if I'm going to be giving up these kind of runs out of the bullpen, I should really be throwing the pitch I want to throw. It's something I had to realize. That's probably my mindset moving forward. You have to throw what feels good in the situation. If you have any second thoughts, you're not going to throw your best pitch. And he kept going. Talked about beating Mauricio Dubon with the 99 mile per hour sinker. He goes, I already use it a ton, so it's more about knowing when to use the fastball. I just struck out Dubon on a heater the other day. Why am I throwing the slider or the sweeper? That's on me. I need to take some ownership. Throw the pitch I know is right and have that conviction. It all comes down to taking some ownership, throwing what I know is best in that situation myself. Like, okay, all right. I hear you on some of that. Then he keeps going and starts talking about the communication.
Before he keeps going, I don't hear him on that. Like, I genuinely don't. Like, if you're just going to throw whoever's calling the pitches
that's what I'm
the buzz, that's insane. I get, like, look at what Dustin May just did. I'm not expecting him to keep doing that. I had a lot of people tweeting me like, oh, where are the apologies for Dustin May? That wasn't his second career game. You know what I mean? Like, he's a long history of doing exactly this, looking like ass, looking like an ace, and going back and forth between the two. So, like, let's see if him switching to pitch usages is going to continue to be effective, or if that was a lineup thing. We'll find out. It's like, hey man, I don't disagree. Have conviction in what's called and throw it with conviction. Because I agree, if you're overthinking what you're about to throw, it's probably going to get crushed. No doubt.
Well, and that's what led me into this quote. And Hicks goes, or it's written, Hicks sometimes hasn't used the pitch he wants because he said, being on a new team and trusting your catcher and just trusting what they might be seeing also. I feel like I'm kind of in that middle ground. It's a gray area, getting caught in between that Hicks needs and wants to escape. It's like, so you immediately go and say Connor Wong called that pitch. That's the problem. It's like, all right, man, like, sure. You know what I mean? Like, I guess
the home run pitch. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah. Like, once again, you're a veteran and you're saying you're going to take accountability. And then you're like, well, he wanted that pitch in that spot right there. It's like, all right. Like, I don't know. It just felt kind of slimy. And then he throws the Red Sox under the bus right after it. And he starts talking. Hicks is not confident in his sweeper and game action. He would rather stick with the slider, which he believes pairs better with the sinker. And Hicks says, I like the new one, the newer slider, because it's more firm. It kind of looks like a heater longer. After watching the slider and the sweeper, having a good enough sample size, they are kind of blending. I'd rather have 1 versus 2 that are kind of similar. And he followed
I don't think that's
up,
unfair. I don't think that's an unfair thing for him to say.
But he essentially said the team wanted him to throw it.
We know, definitely. We know they want people to throw sweepers. And I think that should definitely be pitcher by pitcher. That just shouldn't be blanket. Everyone's going to throw this shit.
There was a quote in here that backed it, where he was like, they wanted me to throw that one, but I kind of trust the other one. Oh, yeah. So it's in the paragraph before that. It's not an actual quote. It was going great, he said, but after he hung one against the Royals last week, deposited over the wall by Jonathan India, the Sox suggested mixing in a sweeper. So he did. Then he hung one of those to Urias.
Yeah, I'm all set with him trying that. He's given up 9 earned runs in 13 Red Sox innings. So
it's just no accountability. You're saying, well, the Red Sox told me I had to throw the sweeper when I really like the slider more, and I don't shake off the catcher because I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's like, all right, well, you're still giving up these blasts. Like, you're still getting mauled and hit around. Sorry, what makes you throw 3 wild pitches or 4 wild pitches and 3 hit by pitches? That's you sucking and not being able to throw strikes. And he's better than what he has been. I'm not saying he can't be, at least serviceable to some degree, but holy shit. Like, don't tell me you're about accountability in this conversation and you're throwing blame to whoever in whenever you can. Like, just looking at his numbers, like, since he got here, they're sickening. 14 appearances, 13 innings pitched, 6.23 ERA, 5.95 FIP, 5.23 expected FIP. You're striking out 7.6 per nine, 5.5 walk per nine. You have a 293 BABIP. Like, I don't feel bad for you. It doesn't seem like you're getting extremely unlucky.
No.
It's just, it's the catcher's fault. It's the team's fault. Great way to endear yourself and just own it. Just say I've sucked and I haven't been good. It's all you have to say. But you're putting the blame on someone else.
You know what was something that we noticed on Monday after the Royals game with Hosmer? We were outside in Gate D, and it was that they won that game, and like right after the game ended, first person out was Hicks, and someone made the comment like, that's not a good sign. Like, usually, like, after a win, like, everyone like hangs out and like, you're having some beers and you're looking at video and everyone's chatting. And it was like Red Sox game ended and Hicks was just like shower, change, and get out of there. And it was like, oh, okay. Like, it was just something that was weird.
By the way, I wanted to make this clear. That was Narvaez in that first game too. So you're talking about blaming Narvaez as well, who's been arguably the best defensive catcher in the entire sport this year. A guy that has stood up for his pitchers, and the pitchers have come back and stood up for him time and time again. A rookie, keep in mind that as well. I know we always talk about him in such a mature way and all these different things he does out here. But you're throwing a rookie under the bus and the team for what mechanical changes they're making for you who can't get outs. You couldn't get outs before you came here either. So,
so since the trade deadline, there have been 301 relievers who have made an appearance since the trade deadline, since Jordan Hicks came to Boston. Where does Jordan Hicks rank in ERA?
Got to be.
I'll go last.
239.
Much better than
so not as bad as you would guess, right?
Yeah, he's basically an ace when you talk about
it. Could be worse.
Yeah.
It could be.
He's not that
roughly
bad.
70 worse.
Yeah, he's been pretty good, man.
I like the comp that I think I gave on the baseball hour tonight. Like, in a lot of ways, I think people will kind of connect him to Yoshida because it's like he's here because of the money on the books in a perfect roster flexibility situation. Probably not on the team. And Hicks is here for 12.5 next year, and the year after that, it's just something that they're going to have to either figure out or work on, and it's going to be the question whether they can do it in season or during the off season. But if he's blaming everyone else but himself, I don't have high hopes.
He's already out on the coaching staff. I can't imagine he's going to be like super receptive in the off season.
Like, you're telling the pitching lab, which, however you feel about it, they have their fair share of successes that you can go and label this year and over the last 2 years. Hell, it's the same pitching lab that was pushing for you and trying to sign you, before last season. And you're already like, man, they're telling me to do the wrong thing. They're telling me to do the thing I don't want to do.
He's so close to being correct, because I do agree it's largely a mentality thing. He's saying the right part, but not getting there. Like, how you have to show your math when you get something, writing a test in math class. Like, he's like, I need to be confident in my pitch. Yeah, that's it. That's all you got to do. Like, what they tell you to throw it. You have not shown, you're not fucking Greg Maddux. You have not shown the ability to call your own game, son. Like, listen to everyone around you.
He's only thrown 5 2/3 innings. That doesn't sound right.
Jordan Hicks. Nope.
Yeah.
He's thrown 13.
Yeah, just said that.
Did he
He says it's the trade deadline. We got him long before the trade deadline.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
That makes way more sense. All right, so he's probably been worse. When did he get here?
June 10th.
Overall.
At the end of June, because he was on the IL.
He's got a 6.23 with the Sox. And his FIP T, not much better. It's a 5.95.
You're hitting guys, you're giving up homers, like you're not striking out a ton of guys. It is probably the worst recipe possible for FIP.
He's hit 3 guys. He's hit 36 in his career. So he's at a 12th of all men in the month and a half since he's been here.
And there's moments you look at, like Philly and Minnesota. And Minnesota, I understand. I know he got put in a bad spot getting hot.
Minnesota.
But like you have multiple moments where there's been meltdowns where he's just looked like a puddle on the mound. And I felt stupid. I wanted to give him an ounce of credit last episode. Just being like, look at the whiffs he got on the sweeper.
Crazy.
Fucking hates the pitch. The one pitch he was getting whiffs on, he's like, that pitch fucking blows. I don't know why I throw that shit. It's like, all right, dude, I don't know what you want from me.
I mean, he's been as bad with the Red Sox as he was with the Giants. Like, what the fuck do we expect?
The Giants, though, not to steal T's bit, he was rocking a 362 FIP, and he was still starting games this year, was he not?
Yes.
Yeah, so it was, he started 9 games for them. I'm horrified of this winter.
Since the start of July, it's a 6.75 ERA with a 6.42 FIP and a 183 WHIP.
He's dialed.
6 walks per 9.
And with the Giants, you look at it, he had a 354 BABIP. You're like, all right, he's getting a little unlucky. Like it's 293. Like he's been a little lucky. Like things have kind of been trending in his direction.
Like, how do you throw 103 and your strikeouts per 9 is less than 1 per inning?
And that's why, like, I understand people that want to bitch and be like, Crochet is your ace. He looked human, man. You've won 6 straight starts before this one, 10 of 11. He had a bad outing, and they were quick with the hook, I think, for a reason. They know they're trying to save bullets here. But for Hicks to come in the lowest leverage spot imaginable, and you can't find a way to just get by, just get 3 outs, man. They're not pushing you for 2. They're not asking to do, extreme mop-up duty here. And you get taken to the fucking woodshed by Ramon Arias. Like, crazy. Like, crazy. Yeah. We're not talking. I know he kills the Red Sox all the time, but like he has a 97 OPS plus this season.
It was bad. I can't put the loss on that, obviously. Like, literally, that's why they lost. But I don't also know. You never know what's going to happen throughout the course of a game. You can't just say that. Crochet was the reason they lost. And everyone immediately being like, he's got to be tipping pitches. I'm not going to rule that out. Maybe. But I think it was just like he was due for a human start. He's been a god all year. Like, I wasn't watching that like, oh, man, his arm's about to fall out. That was not the I was like, well, we just swept the Astros. They were probably pissed about that. They were ready to come out swinging. Bregman's home. I didn't realize that was Correa's first game.
Correa.
That was crazy. Like, we saw him in Boston. Like, it was,
right.
how long was their fucking road trip? Yeah, how long was that road trip they were on?
Like, that was right after the deadline. It's the middle of August.
Yeah. Those Astros jerseys were gassed that first game.
Heat.
And they just came out ready to play. And we didn't. I do give the Red Sox credit. That's the same amount of fight we've been seeing out of them all year. Doesn't always constitute a win, but they still did fight. They watched their ace get his dick pushed in for the first time ever, and they showed up, and they had a chance to tie it, and they just didn't, because Roman Anthony, we all love Roman Anthony. I'm not going to do the thing where we just pretend he's perfect all the time. My boy needs to stop swinging at pitches that are bouncing off the plate when he has 2 strikes. He loves doing that, and he needs to knock it off. And I know he will. I would just like to see it sooner, because it happened 3 times again tonight.
I also just want to point out the fact that both the homers that Roman Anthony hit in this series were off of lefties.
I know.
I mean, Cora coming out and being like, yeah, what idiot wouldn't let him hit against lefties? It's like, yeah, he hit 2 home runs in the series. And that, by the way, doubled up his home run total for the whole year just in this series alone. Hit 2 home runs, and they were both off lefties. And he's a guy that he has a feel for the moment. He had the walk-off hit at Fenway and in big spots, and then he also had that it was a double was it to tie it or get within 1? Remember, like, it was
San Diego?
I think it was. Yeah, he was like, they were asking him, that was to tie it in
Then we
Off
lost.
Robert Suarez.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then it was in the ninth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they asked him after the game, and he's like, "I don't care, we lost." Like, love that mentality. Like, come in, tie the game off a closer, big game, playoff team that you're facing, and it's like that's another big moment already in the young career of Roman Anthony. And it's like, yeah, man, I don't give a shit. We lost.
He's
Like,
unbelievable.
Yeah, they
He's
called
great.
Bennett Sousa, like, came in. His stuff was fucking nasty, man. Like, truly disgusting. But to lose that game where they didn't have Josh Hader, obviously ends up going on the IL, or Brian Abreu, like, that was another thing there. It's like they don't have their best arms. And the way Bregman started the game with the 2-run blast, it was just like, this feels magical. Like, holy shit, Alex Bregman, you have that moment setting the tone for this team again. It's Crochet day. And yeah, Crochet just didn't have it. And the tipping conversation, Mauricio Dubon, I know that's the one everyone goes to. Shout out Red Sox farm legend right there, where he took like the step forward. But I think that was more because Crochet never changed his approach. Like he said it, usually second, third time through the lineup, he starts bringing in a lot of the breaking stuff. And in this start, he went away from the four-seamer. It was down about 8% usage-wise. Cutter was up 5%, and the sweeper was up 13%. He started the game that way, and it was great through the first 2 innings. I think it was 12 to get through the first, 17 to get through the second. But when he went through the lineup a second time, he didn't change his approach. To me, it reminded me of the Rangers start on opening day where everyone's like, why aren't you pounding the zone more with your fastball? And he was very cutter heavy in that start. It wasn't as much with the sweeper. But that's what I kind of look at here. The Astros, number 2 in all of baseball in OPS against left-handers. Crochet said after the game, this was just what he thought was the best plan. He kind of came up with this, and he thought it was the best way to attack him. I think he just calculated wrong. Astros had a good plan. They're a good team. They got aggressive. And the four-seamer, even on its own, he didn't get a single whiff on it. So he wasn't fooling anyone. And when he tried to bring it later in the start, Chas McCormick fucking deposited 98 at the top of the zone.
First home run of the year.
Yeah, I just think it was a poor plan. Crochet, your fastball is one of the best pitches in this sport. Don't feel like you have to get overly creative with your sweeper being extra heavy. I love when you pound the zone first time through and then you go to those other things second and third.
We wasted a series where Connor Wong hit 500. Anyways.
Oh, and
Yeah,
his velocity
I mean-
was up in this start, by the way.
Crochet?
Yeah. Some people like immediately went to the inning total thing, and I think that is something to pay attention to over the next month and a half or into October, but his velo was up. That wasn't it. He wasn't weak.
Yeah. The thing that I was kind of pointing at earlier about this series being so frustrating is because, yeah, you got a shit start from Crochet, but they battle back to make it a 1-run game. And the second that, you get within 1, you're like, I feel like this is as far as we're going to come. And that's what ended up being the case. And then in the finale, Walker Buehler goes out there and it's, you're so close to completing 6 and having it be a 2-1 ball game, and then anything can happen from there. I mean, ultimately it's the butterfly effect and all that, but they still would have lost 2-1. But you're able to, in the 9th inning, bring the tying run to the plate. You're like, don't do this to me. And then you get they did do it. I mean, it was full count. Rob Ruff Snyder up there. It's going to be a professional at bat, but then full count ends up swinging at a pitch that's nowhere close to the zone. And you're like, fuck. Like, I don't know. I didn't get my hopes up on that one. But yeah,
I just wanted to
anytime
see
you can-
Roman get another at bat. He was lurking on deck, and I just wanted to see him with the bases loaded. Show me what you got. And Ref Snyder wanted none of it.
It
Yeah,
felt like
it
it was
was
going to be
not.
another one of those Roman Anthony moments. Because if you have a guy who was struggling to throw it in the zone at times, I think Brian Abreu walks like 4.5 per 9. Roman Anthony is kind of the recipe for that typically.
Yeah.
Maybe not tonight where he was chasing a little bit more.
He
often
was
than not,
due.
but
He was due.
This series was a big time dry hump. I know like the second game was great. It was a blowout. It was a lot of fun. It was stress free. But yeah, the first game, the finale, just big time dry hump games. Like you're waiting for, like, I don't want to get too spoiled, but I feel like we're not spoiled, like I think the Roman Anthony big moment in San Diego where you tie the game in the 9th, you lost the game. So it's big time dry hump road trip where things could have gone a lot differently. You're 2-4, But I think even Cora said after the game, he's like, yeah, I'm, happy with how we played, and we fought and this and that. And I know that drives Yankee fans crazy when Aaron Boone says, well, we fought, we lost, but we fought. And it's like, well, you lost. But on this road trip in particular, after winning 4 straight series, yeah, it sucks to lose 2 straight, but they didn't get their doors blown off. Like you fought back to get within 1 in the first game, and you brought the tying run to the plate in the 9th inning of the last game. Like,
I think that's kind of the story of the road Red Sox though this year. Like they're 27-34. They're 1-8 in extra inning games on the road. It's like they're always in these games. That's why it's one of the most charming things about this Red Sox team is it never feels like they're out of it. And every single time the other team scores, it's like, oh, they respond with a couple runs just to make it a game still. But when it comes to kind of getting it over the finish line, like we saw in the San Diego series, in the extra inning game, this game where you lose 7-6, it just feels like you're just a little bit short when you're on the road, especially against these good teams. And that's what the Astros are. That's what the Padres are. And when you're at home, we saw you just beat the shit out of the Astros and swept them. When you're on the road, it didn't feel like you were as threatening or as dominant. And I think that's going to be part of the recipe for who this team is. I think they are amazing at Fenway and kind of built for it. I think on the road, you see a lot of things young teams tend to struggle with.
Yeah, I don't agree that they weren't threatening. Again, we had 8 hits to their 4 today in a game where they outscored us 4-1. And Rafaela came up to the dish, I think, every time with ducks on the pond, either 2 or 1. And he drove in 1? He drove in the run. But it felt like he left a lot on the table. Obviously, I love saying it's not all on him, but it felt like they were consistently threatening and then just doing nothing with it. So I agree that I can attribute to a young team to just baseball team.
I didn't mean threatening in the terms like position to get there. I don't think they're as lethal. They're not able to be as scary of a team like they are at home, because at home they've shown they get the job done. They come up with the big moment. They have fed off Fenway this year. I think that's been one of the best things about what's going on there. On the road, for whatever reason, it just seems really hard for them to finish some of these games and do what they do at home. And yeah, it's going to be something they need to figure out, because you get to the playoffs, you better win some games on the road or you're going to be in big trouble.
Sure. Especially when you're going to be a wild card team.
Exactly.
Like that. But yeah, this felt like it could have easily just been a blowout as much as yesterday was. Like, I don't know why they just simply did not.
Well, I feel like a lot of people too would have preferred Walker Buehler to get his teeth kicked in. So that bare minimum was all right, maybe the rotation conversation is going to change. But I think he did just enough out there where he continues to buy himself time. And, he retired 15 of 16 between the end of the first and going into that 6th inning. It's just the homers are a constant problem for him, and he doesn't miss a ton of bats. So, yeah, it can get ugly in a hurry. And that's what happened in the 6th inning, where you go from, wow, this is a very encouraging start, to this is as mediocre or a little bit below that as could be.
I saw Liam Fennessy retweet this right before we got on. Buehler is now officially the worst pitcher in Red Sox history with his 5.43 ERA through 21 starts. I believe he usurped John Lackey.
Wow.
So
is that right?
That's Liam Liam tweeted his John Lackey screenshots from back in the day, and someone went on top of that with that. That's as deep as I'm willing to go for a 21 start. Allotment. Yeah, it's not like even tonight, 4 walks, 3 punch outs, a lead off home run on the 5th pitch of the game, 2-0 before your guys get their second cracks at it. So he does not put you in a position to win a baseball game. This is a playoff team, T, right? These are the teams he gets up for.
And that's the stuff where I'm saying there, it's fucking, you drop a quote like that and you come out the gate and you just get Jeremy Pena just jumps all over you. And then the walks, even a 2-out walk, and it wasn't a very competitive at bat, in that 6th inning, and that leads to everything kind of jumping on you. It's just stuff that a veteran pitcher like that should be better with. And his first inning ERA this year, it's 8.20 right now. This is just, if I was the Red Sox and you're not willing to call up a Kyle Harrison yet, or whatever it may be, consider an opener. I genuinely would look at one for him, because he's shown first inning is a constant problem. Let's try to Nick Pivetta you and see if we find a way for you to be successful again.
Justice for Walker Buehler. It's a 5.43 ERA through 21 starts. John Lackey through 21 starts in 2011 had a 6.02 and finished with a 6.41. So not the worst yet.
He's trending in that direction.
Yeah, because I remember that, and I was like, man, like his ERA peaked at like 7.5. Like he had to pitch his ass off to get it down to 6.5.
Okay, so I didn't read Liam's old tweets. He said Lackey is now officially the worst pitcher in Red Sox history with his 6.30 ERA through 25 starts.
Yeah.
So
see, that was not hyperbole. I remember it was like for a guy who made all of his starts. It was Lackey in 2011. It was the worst season in Red Sox history for a starting pitcher. But then he promptly got Tommy John surgery. Like Walker's already had that. Yeah.
Twice.
I was about to say, you're gonna go for a third time. Even looking at his usage in this start, like we saw he really went heavy four-seamer in the last start, and it was the knuckle curve. There was no continuation of that. 23% four-seamer, 19% slider, 16% sinker, 13% changeup, 13% knuckle curve, 9% sweeper, 8% cutter. What were the two pitches he had the most swing and miss on? The four-seamer and the knuckle curve.
So like if you just on the surface, if you just look at Walker's outing and you're like, all right, it's 6 innings, 4 earned runs. And you're like, all right, like that was kind of like a run-of-the-mill Rick Porcello start when he wasn't in his Cy Young form. It's like, all right, like you need that guy. 6 innings, 4 earned runs, you give us a chance to win whatever. But where it becomes stereotypical when I think of a Walker Buehler start, I think there's going to be more walks than strikeouts. And again, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. So that's become like his trademark, because when Dustin May came over here and we started hearing about, oh, it's redundancy in the rotation, and like we already have a guy like that, and people are referring to Walker Buehler. It's like, all right, well, Dustin May went out there against Houston, went 6 shut, which I don't think any of us expected. 6 shut. Like I think it was like best case scenario, we were hoping for a 5 and dive, whatever, which I still would have been happy with. But it was 8 strikeouts to 1 walk in that outing. So like not fair to kind of put them in the same bucket, I don't think.
It was like 8 immediate strikeouts too. He had like 7 through 3 innings. I was on Clemens watch in this game.
Yeah, he was dancing with the sweeper. It was T, remind me again what the pitch usage percentages were for Dustin May in the middle game.
Yeah, he made an adjustment from the first start we saw in Boston, where it was all about the cutter. Like he had thrown that pitch less than anything else. May after the game was like, yeah, they think it's a weapon pitch, despite the very bad expected numbers if you went on Baseball Savant. Yeah, that went out the window in this start. He basically had a very balanced arsenal that went back to what he was doing with the Dodgers, where it was a lot of sweeper. It was 37% in this start. It's 41 for the season. 23% sinker, 21% four-seamer, 20% cutter. So instead of like locking super in on those other 3 pitches, just kind of raised them all. And it's a very diverse arsenal compared to what he was doing earlier in the year, where, you know, it was 15% on the four-seamer, on 7% on the cutter, like I said. And it seemed to pay off. His velocity was up too, which after the game, he was like, oh no, my velocity was down because I hadn't pitched in 10 days last time out. It was because I hadn't pitched in 10 days. No, the four-seamer was up 1.1 miles per hour and the sinker a full tick. And it looked that way when you were watching it. It was like exploding on guys. And the first pitch strike, 85%. Cora had more to say about that than the velocity after the game. He was just attacking guys. And first couple innings, it took a little bit to put guys away. He wasn't super efficient. The last couple innings, he was just working through these guys. It was just
that
quickly.
Second inning. That second inning was like 30, 35 pitches or something. The rest were fine.
Yeah. So I think those last couple innings, he really locked in, and it was great to see. You know, it's exactly what you kind of dreamed of from a trade deadline acquisition. I wouldn't have guessed for May. But at the same time, we've seen May do stuff like this before. Like him even pitching 6 innings. He's done that 9 different times this year. It's more, can you command the baseball like you did in back-to-back starts? And that's usually his issue.
I think Dustin May is like classic old scouting. He's too tall. His arm's too long to be repeatable on a start to start. I've genuinely think
no, it's true. It's fair. It's more than fair.
I don't know that he's capable of consistency because of how long his arms are. Like, I don't know that that's like an unfair thing to say. Like, he has all the tools. Like, they're there. He's like what Randy Johnson like should become like kind of every time, not like a 9-time Cy Young winner.
And I just think that's why it's awesome to see a great start like that. And you can look at the other trade deadline acquisitions for other teams and say, all right, well, May has at least done what they've done. Merrill Kelly, one good start, one bad. Charlie Morton, one good, one bad. Okay, Dustin May, one good, one bad. Let's just see what it looks like from start to start. I think that's going to be the biggest thing for him.
I want to look at Andrew Miller's early starter numbers. Because
with Florida or Detroit?
Either, because like he similar build, obviously lefty, but he really became like guy teams were like salivating over when he got moved to the bullpen. And that happened here, right? Yeah, that happened with us.
Yeah.
He started games for us. I don't recall really any of that. He started 12 games for the Red Sox. Learn something new every day.
Isn't who moved him to the bullpen? Was that Bobby V?
It was 11.
I think
so that was before Bobby V.
Or no.
Yeah, that was what Terry's last year, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, the 2011 Red Sox, with all their faults, were like, maybe this guy, yeah, he's 6.9 K per 9 that year. They were like, we got to figure this out because there's like the 5th overall pick, some shit like that.
Yeah, he was pretty high up there.
But that's a good, like, and plenty of people pointed out when they acquired him, if he can be a 1-inning guy come postseason run, like, I don't know that's a negative thing. We're not, like, I don't know anyone who's like, we got to re-sign this guy long term. Do whatever you want with him in the short term.
Yeah, I think the tough thing right now is just if you need a fourth starter, it's definitely going to have to be him. The other thing is he hasn't thrown 100 innings since 2019. So what is it going to look like in the next month? Is he going to wear down? It's a guy who spends a lot of time on the IL. Like, that's something to keep in mind. I do think the positive thing here is he hasn't given up a homer yet. And it was a 1.4 home run per 9 with the Dodgers. So to avoid the long ball, that's a big thing for him. So far, yeah, that's a positive, but you can only react so much to 2 starts in a Red Sox uniform. I expect there to be more tweaks, but if we see a more balanced arsenal and the velocity ticks up, I won't put anything past Craig Breslow in the pitching lab. We've seen it click and work for multiple guys. So maybe Dustin May ends up being that and they look a lot better. But in this start, for him to show up the way he did after Crochet, that was awesome. You needed that kind of outing because it felt like it was a very slippery slope. And I think it opened a lot of people's eyes. It was like, man, there's a lot of underlying stuff that's pointed to Giolito regressing. And it's another guy who pitched 120 innings in 23 and then didn't pitch last year. Bayo, while he pitched above his head with that low 2 ERA, still, the underlying metrics pointed to like a number 3 starter. Giolito, it's like 4th, 5th starter. So like, I don't know. Those 2 guys start struggling and you're like, holy crap, Crochet wasn't locked in. You start freaking out that you could get to a 5-game losing streak because you don't have starters that can carry you like they did in June and July. Dustin May showing maybe he can help with that and be somewhat of a stopper at times. That's good.
If we're okay using Dustin May because of his perceived upside, would we not do the same for another former NL West pitcher we acquired this year, who's been better at professional baseball this year than Dustin May and Walker Buehler?
Well, what do you mean in what sense? Like, to
Kyle
experiment?
Harrison, I think, gives them a better chance to win every 5th day than Walker Buehler does. And probably
how do we know
Dustin
that,
May.
though? How do we know
He's done it at the major league level this year. That's how. And if we're okay tinkering with other pitchers' arsenals at the major league level, I don't know why he's the exception. Yes, I understand long term. I do not believe that one bad August start's going to unravel everything and he's going to make him unusable forever.
I mean, we were talking about that tonight, me and T on the baseball hour. I was like, when are we going to see Kyle Harrison? And, if you're going to bring up a Cooper Criswell for a spot start, and we've seen Hunter Dobbins before he got hurt. I mean, there's plenty of guys that have gotten looks and opportunities. I get wanting to tinker with him down there while he can't fuck anything up here, but there's plenty of guys fucking things up here.
That's
why not?
That's really what it comes down to, is we have plenty of people fucking it up. I can't care if he also has a bad start. Like,
Well,
it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I think they look at Walker Buehler and Dustin May fucking up and they say, all right, well, if they fuck up, guess what? You're not here next year or the year after that. If Kyle Harrison comes up and gets fucked around and destroyed and his confidence is in the gutter and he just doesn't look like he has
But that's an
stuff,
assumption. That's an assumption.
No,
his
but
confidence gets rattled.
It is. And I think they're going to be careful of certain things like that. And I think the way they've handled him leads to some of that. Because I think they believe in him as a pitching prospect. And he's a lot younger than these other two guys. That factors into that conversation as well. Doesn't have the maturity or the time in the big leagues that a Walker Buehler or a Dustin May has.
Those two guys haven't exactly been playing Major League Baseball the past couple of years. Kyle Harrison may have made more starts last year than both of them combined.
They've been on World Series teams, and Dustin May's been in the big league since 2019.
They didn't drive
Walker
those
Buehler.
buses.
No, but they've been through a lot more at the big league level than a Kyle Harrison has. And I think for Kyle Harrison, when they brought him in and they threw so much where they're changing his fastball, they're changing, his breaking ball, they're adding a cutter and a sinker, and they're doing all these different things. They knew they were throwing a lot at him. And to his credit, it's 3 good starts in a row down there, 5 innings and 2 earned on the first, 5 innings, no runs on the 7th, 5 innings today, no earned runs, 8 Ks, 4 walks. Talking to Ian Cundall, who saw him recently, kind of said it's the same thing. It's like the secondaries are very concerning. People are not super impressed with them. A lot of struggles putting guys away. And like I say those things, and what does that sound like? A lot of the things we attach to Walker Buehler and Dustin May.
Sure, but my thing is he's not going to get forever better only going against AAA guys. Like that's just not, like, you do cap out against that. And this isn't his first year. Again, like I don't know that he won't also improve at the major league level.
It's possible. I think they just look at it, and with him still figuring out a lot of this stuff and still showing significant command issues down there, he's not forcing his way to the big leagues. He's not kicking the door down. And I think, honestly, would the results be that much different than a Walker Buehler or a Dustin May right now? I think they'd be pretty similar, even though I think Harrison has the potential to be a lot better than that. Go ahead.
He went up against Owen Casey today, who just got called up. Yeah, he went up against, like, because I had people tweet me, oh, it was a AAA lineup. Like, yeah, kind of. Like, they went up against like several top prospects, and he didn't shit his pants. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
No, but he walked 4 and hit a guy in 5 innings. So it's like you put 5 guys on, and that's without you only gave up 1 hit. And the breaking stuff was better today. But I really believe like a lot of the concerns we heard about Andrew Heaney feel very similar here, where they're struggling to find breaking balls that, or at least secondaries you can grade as average or better. And they're hoping they improve. And I think that's what's been going on down there, where there's an emphasis on improving those pitches too.
Yeah, I mean, he's given up 4 home runs this year at the major league level.
Mm-hmm.
And like, this is just better than what the other guys are doing. I get there's a long-term plan. I don't think you have to abandon that just to pitch him this year too. Like, I really don't view those as things you can't do both. I really don't.
Yeah,
unless he's mentally pudding, in which case I'm furious we acquired him at all. I do think part of sending him to AAA was like, we just traded Rafael Devers for this guy. Like, let's get him away from Boston so he doesn't have to come here and get shelled in his first start. That would be bad. I agree with that. That was like, now people have a taste, Jerry. Like, people want the full Kyle Harris, a mouthful of Kyle Harrison.
A mouthful?
Yeah, people need a shot to the throat of KH.
I'm trying to.
It's that preparation H right in the B hole.
He turned 24 yesterday.
Happy birthday,
dude. He worked on his birthday.
Yeah, he did. That's a fact, brother. Since Kyle Harrison joined the Red Sox organization, out of all the starters in AAA who have made at least 9 starts, where do you think he ranks in ERA?
I think the ERA is like mid 3s right now.
Yeah. Maybe in high 3s.
Where does he rank? What's the number? How many pitchers are we talking?
How many what?
How many pitchers?
Like all minor
what's the
league
pool?
pitchers are just
34. Yeah, out of all
Yeah.
AAA pitchers.
I'll go 16.
Yeah, like maybe like 21.
Tied for 8th.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, I'm going to do the math right here. Do you have FIP in front of you?
Yes.
What do you got?
For his FIP?
Mm-hmm.
442.
Okay, so I got so it doesn't include the last start. So that's where you're looking at it. It's like a lot of walks, hits batters, homers have been an issue. The ERA I think is a little deceiving. Could he come up here and find a way to grind through 5? Yes, I worry if you think it's going to be a significant upgrade over the guys you have there. I don't think it's going to be that. At least not right now. While he's trying to figure stuff out. And I think they're more worried about him being someone who can be like a mid-rotation guy possibly in the coming years than coming here and being another number 5 starter this year.
Yeah, I mean, I ultimately just think he has enough talent to be a higher ceiling. Like when I say that, yeah, there is a chance he's going to have a bad start. I can live with that more than I can live with other people I see having bad starts.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Coley, because I think you look at it and you're like, all right, well, if he comes up and struggles, at least it's working towards what next year could be or the year after that. You just feel like at AAA, there's not much left for him.
Yeah, I don't even mean that necessarily because I don't disagree. Like he's still learning the things, and it seems like he's taking to the learning. Like I don't.
Yeah, I do think you're seeing like steady improvement.
Yeah, so I do think you can also improve at the next level. Like not every hitter in the major league level is going to be necessarily better than the best guys at the AAA level. Always.
I think, and this includes Kristian Campbell as well. I think there's something with a lot of these teams that when a guy comes up and maybe it doesn't go the way, people thought it was going to be and he gets sent down, when he comes up the next time, you do not want to risk him coming up and having to get sent down again. Because that is a really weird and uncomfortable place you get if you fail at the big leagues 2 different times and you got to go back. Harrison would be in that camp. Kristian Campbell, I think it's a reason why the surface numbers look great for Kristian Campbell. Talking to Ian Kundle yesterday, metric-wise, not super impressive underneath the hood right now. Getting better. He's pulling the ball.
He said on his show, he said on Sox Prospects too, he was like, yeah, the exit velo is down from last year. And it's like, well, last year he was scolding hot, like surface of the sun level prospect. So I don't know that because then we love Ian. Everyone
he's
loves
incredible.
Ian. He's the best. He immediately pivoted to being like, I'd rather bring up the password, and then just gave like the worst scouting report I've heard on the password ever. He was just like, he swings and misses at fucking everything. He's probably not going to be a good first baseman. It's what are we talking about? Like I've seen Kristian Campbell at the major league level this year. Both suck, no doubt, but also be one of the best players on the team. So that's where it's just like, all right, yeah, I know what his ceiling is this year. Well, I'm not talking like maybe, like I've seen it this year. I don't think Kristian Campbell's, I don't think his swagger is going to be all the way back until he's back in Boston. I don't know that I know for sure cannot be achieved in Worcester.
So one of the things that me and T were talking about was Marcelo Meyer.
Talking it up.
We were yapping.
Fucking chat.
We were yapping.
Crabarus.
Jared Crabarus.
It's now officially on the soundboard.
Damn it.
I also, can
Jared
I suggest
Crabarus.
the Chris Hatfield on the soundboard?
Oh, that was awesome.
I can have that. Yeah.
Yeah, he called you out for that. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
What he texted me. What did he say?
He just did it and he was like, I think he was like, that's for you, Jared, or that's for the person who mentioned
he did
it or
like
something.
6 in a row. He spammed it.
Yeah. But T interestingly said he doesn't think that we're going to see Marcelo Meyer again this year. So if that's the case, and Coley, you want Kristian Campbell back up here, I mean, I think I've kind of, I don't want to say I've seen enough of Abraham Toro. I think that's a little mean. He's been fine.
I think it's fair.
Homered in this series.
Had a good series, to his credit.
Yeah.
But it was telling today that Romy Gonzalez started at first base, in my opinion.
They wanted to
Yes.
see it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's earned it.
But how do you fix this? If you're bringing Kristian Campbell back into this mix and Romy Gonzalez is right-handed and you've seen enough of Abraham, well, you can't have a righty-righty platoon at first base and Romy's not going to play second base. Like, What are we doing?
Why?
A righty platoon?
No, why can't he play second? You just disregarded that entirely.
Well, because you would have the 3 outfield spots with 4 guys again.
One of them DHs.
Yeah, you'd have to kill Yoshida
Who?
at that point.
Yeah, which I don't care about that at all. You could also,
Well, you need to care because who's the guy?
but you could also platoon Campbell and Yoshida if that's like a concern, which I would just do that.
You can't
Because
bring
Yoshida's
Campbell
not
back
playing
up to
against.
platoon at DH.
He's not playing against lefties.
You can't bring Campbell back up to platoon.
I
at DH.
wouldn't. I would play him at first and Romy at second. You just said we can't do that, so I pivoted to another idea.
All right, so let's work through it then. You do that, and then what's your outfield look like?
It's Rafaela, it's Buehler, and it's Duran.
But they're going to also tell you they need a way to get Rob Snyder in the lineup against a lefty.
Where's
And
Roman?
that DH
That's
spot
fine.
is
I don't
that.
think Duran and, like I've said before, Duran and Buehler aren't automatic plays against the
Wait,
lefty.
where's Roman in your scenario?
Left?
You just said it
I
was
said
Duran.
My
Ruff.
apologies. I did say Duran. Roman's in left, obviously.
So then
That
where's
was a
Duran?
misspeak. DHing.
See, that's what I would do too. But like, I feel like that has
It's
been
very simple.
Well, I understand that, but like, why haven't they done it then? I'm assuming
That's a
that
great question.
conversation took place and it didn't go
Great
well.
cue. Why did they bring up Roman Anthony like July 4th? Why did they do a lot of things this year? Like they've had a very questionable season. The fact that they're in this position is almost a miracle.
I don't know. I feel like I'm with you, and that makes the
We've
most
had
sense.
some blunderous fuck ups this year. Like let's not we rode that 10-game win streak. We've had a great coming out of the All-Star break, no doubt. But there have been some like confounding decisions made by this organization this year.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
so I'm
like-
confused. When you guys, what you're saying it against lefties, right?
No, just in general, the armless pitcher on the mound. It's Girangelo's on the mound. Campbell's at first for me. Campbell's at first. Romy's at second. Duran's DHing, and then the outfield's like the 3 Gold Glovers that we have.
I think right now against right-handers, I do think your best lineup is with Ceddanne Rafaela at second base. I do believe that. Because I think it's essential.
How, though?
What do you mean?
Like,
Because I think
He's-
Masataka Yoshida brings more value than whatever gaping hole you would have at second base.
gaping hole.
If you don't have Marcelo Meyer, who's going to give you above average defense, I think any other solution there is not giving you a ton. And I think Abraham Toro is such a zero at this point that Romy Gonzalez should be playing first base on a daily basis. I wish you went and did something at the trade deadline.
Why
tried.
didn't they?
They tried?
Because
I
they
think-
wanted to bring up Campbell.
But I think
No.
they see the same metrics with Campbell. I don't think there's much of a difference. And I also think they believe Romy Gonzalez can be serviceable. Like, I think through the end of this year, if you put Kristian Campbell at first base today and Romy Gonzalez there, I think the numbers would be bare minimum similar. If not, I lean more towards Romy this year.
But I'm playing both of them. I'm not doing an either or.
So in this spot, you're going to push Romy to second and you're going to play Kristian Campbell at first every day. You're going to put Rafael.
And again, I'm fine if we want to bring up Campbell to DH. I'm fine with that too. But I would just play him at first so I could get Romy every day at bats. And I know they're concerned with his durability. Like,
At
which I
that
think is a
point,
good
I'm
thing too.
but there's 40 games left. Like how
Yeah.
that concern has to go away at some point.
Yeah, that's why, like, I know he talked about like general fatigue, and I was like, oh, that's not great because he's
Heavy
another
legs.
guy. Yeah, he gets on the
Heavy
IL,
legs.
and whenever he lands on the IL, it ends up being longer. I don't feel super great about calling Kristian Campbell up right now either, if I'm being 100% honest with you. And I don't think they feel great about it. If the metrics underneath are telling you things aren't that great,
Again,
That's
they're
the thing
saying
they're
they're
gonna
not
look
what
at.
they were last year. They didn't bring up Anthony when his metrics were off the charts. Like he was still hitting the ball on the ground a ton when they called
but
him up.
everything else was.
They arguably called him up at like the worst time he was having in AAA. Like they did
I'd
not
argue Marcelo's the best example of that.
Oh,
'cause his
Marcelo for
bat-
sure should not have been called up.
Yeah,
Like,
his bat
that's
was
one of the
not where it needed to
confounding-
be.
So I wanted to ask this question because we've like people look at the Quinn Priester trade and it's like, man, I wish we hadn't fucking done that. That we have no idea. If the kid from Tennessee is what people think he could be, you make that trade 1,000 times. One interesting thing I've been thinking about: how important would Chase Mydroth have been to this team if they had just picked someone else from the grab bag of players we offered the White Sox? Because we still are talking about a hole at second base. And as a guy who doesn't strike out, like how, and I understand, is he lighting the world on fire this year? No. If he was just here, not playing for the fucking White Sox, yeah, maybe it would be a little different.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Chase Meideroth. I don't think anyone has, pushed him more than me. To his credit, he plays a good second base, and that might be what you could say here. Like the offense, I think it's an 84 OPS plus this year, but if we're talking bringing up like a Nick Sogard or something like that, yeah, like that's the stuff you kind of gravitate towards. And he's not going to strike out a lot. He'll put the ball in play. But to me, it's like, all right, like it's a very Yoshida-esque offensive profile.
But that can play defense. Base. Yeah, if Yoshida could play second, we would all love Masataka Yoshida. If he was Kaz Suzuki,
yeah,
we would be
But
pumped.
to me, that brings like a lot of the same things where it's like, all right, well, I'm getting just defense from Meideroth. With Yoshida, I think you're getting an above average bat against right-handers. And Yoshida's had a good August. I know a lot of people don't want to. It's been a good August. And he had a good day today.
He's been
had a hit late. I'll give you the WRC plus. I believe it was 147 entering today in the month of August. And that doesn't include, I know everyone keeps saying, well, he homered off a position player. That wasn't in the month of August. It was a 130 going into today. He's hitting 292, 367, 500 slug. He's striking out 16% of the time, walking 6% of the time with a 300 BABIP. I'm not telling you to go nuts, but I think he's a 110 OPS plus guy. I think that's what he can do.
Righties.
Against righties, yes.
Right. But the DH can't just be a platoon guy. Like that's you can't do that.
I don't think
David Ortiz didn't get into the Hall of Fame because he could only hit righties. You know what I'm saying?
It's just what is the best use of your lineup. And I think right now you don't have a good enough solution at second base, in my opinion. Or let's call it the right side of the infield to justify taking Rafaela out of that equation.
Blaze Jordan hit a ball 700 feet today for the Memphis Redbirds.
He hasn't done much since he got there, though, right?
It was his first home run. He fucking cranked it.
Yoshida, this month, Yoshida against righties has the second highest OPS in the Red Sox.
He's having a good month. Like
against righties.
I'm just
against righties.
I'm not trying to overreact to a small sample size of 50 plate appearances when they legit sent him to fucking Siberia to get away and he missed 60% of the season. Like, you threw him in. It was a very quick ramp up when they got rid of Devers and they were like, all right, this Ref Snyder fucking Yoshida platoon is going to change the world. You thought Devers was a fucking great hitter. Watch these guys get to it. He's just getting back to the player he was the last 2 seasons. And there is value in that. It's not worth the contract. I 100% understand it. And I see where you're coming from. I'm not fighting that.
It's the 40-man spot. It's more than the contract. I don't give a fuck what he's getting. Like Hicks, I don't give a fuck what he's paid either. It's like you're
the Red Sox.
You're in the way. I can't watch our beloved Phoenix Suns waive Bradley Beal, who's owed like $150 million over the next 3 years with player options. I can't watch them do that and the Red Sox be like, well, these two guys combined making 30. We can't possibly cut that. Like what? Vaughn Grissom, he plays all the positions we're talking about. Not particularly well, and he doesn't hit particularly well, especially if you throw him a fastball. But why? So why is he on the 40? If he's literally not an option. If he's not an option, why are we punting that 40-man spot? We have to do all these fucking tricks to get a third catcher on the roster. What are we doing? Like, why is he here? You're not trading him. He has no trade value. He's begging you to be released. Like, either call him up or release him. Like, what do we punt? You're punting 40-man spots.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. It's stupid just to have him sitting there, especially when you have someone like Luis Perales who has missed a year of Tommy John, and you're not getting that guy off your 40-man, but these are consequences, right? You have less flexibility on this thing as a whole. Do something with him. He's sitting there and he's fucking crying to reporters in AAA and whatever, whether you think it's justified or not. I know.
Do the Liam Hendricks. Do the Liam Hendricks. Play him play him until he's blue in the face. He was fine last September, by the way. Fine.
Oh, no, I told you at the end of last year, I was like, oh, these bats look pretty decent. Like he was spraying. I remember the Toronto series specifically.
Yeah.
But they clearly just don't believe in the player and they don't like the player.
Yeah.
So just do something with him. Throw him in a package and just get the spot. It's the same as like even bringing like Ali Sanchez into all this. It's like Narvaez homered. Like you got through the worst of it. Do you really need to have 3 catchers on the roster right now? Is there really a lot of use for this? And I've talked about Narvaez's workload being a problem a ton. I don't really think this is the way to manage it because it puts you in a bad spot with other positions.
Well, what does it seem like they're about to do, T? What did they
Connor
do
Wong
last
getting
year?
reps, baby. First and second, start warming up.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And that should horrify and disgust everyone.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of that either. But it also makes you look at it. Like, if they were so worried about Narvaez's workload, should there have been more of a push at catcher? You can make that argument. I think Connor Wong is what he is as a backup catcher right now. And I think we've seen more life recently than we obviously saw the first couple months of the season.
They've acquired 2 catchers in the last 3 weeks.
Chadwick Tromp stinks too.
The other,
Not nice.
Ian Condell was like, he tried to throw out someone at second, but the guy had lost his helmet, so he just ended up pegging him in the head. It's just like, I kind of need that on my big league club. I think we need Trump.
Oh, he's just aiming
He's a great
for the
guy.
head, baby.
We need the
He's a good dude.
president. We need President Trump on the team.
God.
Since the Rafael Devers trade, where do you think the Red Sox rank in OPS at the DH position?
Oh,
Oof. Roman got a lot of run there. Early, though.
It was before he started, really locking in. I'll say like 18th. I don't think it's like the worst.
I'll go 21st.
14th.
Wow.
Okay.
That's pretty decent.
786. 284 batting average. 453 slug. 333 on base. 786 OPS.
Solid. Yeah, you're getting by. I will say, seeing Devers have the hot month, I'm happy there's people that are acknowledging what he's been doing down in San Francisco. And he's playing, at least metric-wise, a pretty good first base. Plugging him into this would almost feel like a pretty perfect and easy transition into everything you need right now. But
I'm already
it's not your reality.
Starting people, like, there were people victory lapping trading him because he had his bad first 15 games or whatever.
Dumbest thing.
It
was a little more than that, but
people have started moving the goalposts on what the point of the Devers trade was. And I've seen people say, oh, the point of it was addition by subtraction. No. At first it was like, oh, we got these pitchers and one of them sucks. The other one they won't call up yet. And then the Roman Anthony extension, they were like, they're spending that money. No. We're not letting the Red Sox off the hook at all. I get people don't want to talk about it every week, and that's a completely different thing. We don't bring it up often to begin with. But they need to spend that fucking money, and not on Alex. Like, Alex Bregman, I'm not counting his contract in the Devers money at fucking all. If you are, you're a coward.
And I think if you want to mention the Devers thing, your biggest thing to stand on about the team post was that it created a way for them to figure out the outfield logjam. But once again, that was a self-created problem that you had. We said at the end of spring training, Roman Anthony should be on the opening day roster. He was that good of a player. The at-bats were that high quality back then. And most people behind the scenes felt that way. But, you mismanaged a lot of things, just like you mismanaged putting Kristian Campbell on the opening day roster. A lot of those things kind of blew up in your face, and you have to eat it. And, you can disagree with it. You could say, well, I understand what you did. When you look at how things played out, and no matter what, you can say offensively, yeah, he was ready. Defensively, he wasn't. And that's a major part of the equation here, especially when, you had such a problem with him by the time he was leaving, because he was the worst defensive second baseman in the sport.
Oh, by far. And that's the self-scouting that goes back to the Quinn Priester trade. They haven't done a good job self-scouting in a lot of areas. And I think that continues to show its face in these losses. So there's something amiss. They're not completely aligned, as I like to say.
And when you look at the return, at the end of the day, it wasn't about the return, because if it was, that's not the deal you would make if you cared about the guys you were getting back. But yeah, it's not a great look when Jordan Hicks, you called him, you thought he could be an elite reliever. Those are Craig Breslow's words. Those aren't mine.
They were trying him out at closer in games this year. They were trying him out.
So you look at that with Hicks, and you flip Tibbs for May. Maybe that's something that ends up looking pretty good for you, even though it was an overpay based on what was going on at the deadline. But no one will care if Dustin May shows up and pitches his ass off. But with Harrison not being able to contribute much either, when there's concerns about where your rotation's going to be. Yeah, all that's going to kind of come into the conversation here, and where your offense goes. And the longer you have to watch Abraham Toro try to figure it out, you sit there and think, man, things were communicated differently. If things worked out differently, is there a way where this all could have made sense for everybody? And maybe you may believe that the power of friendship just worked the minute Rafael Devers was traded. to me, there's a lot of revisionist history with that because there was a 6-game losing streak right
They
after
immediately
that.
sucked. Then
It was
Durant-
the truth was you brought up Roman Anthony, who is one of the best players already in the sport, and that could have happened much sooner. And you didn't have a way to figure it out. And this was the way you picked based on a couple different issues all coming together at the same time. Off the field, on the field. It's kind of a sandwich.
Sounds like the Red Sox at times could use some better help.
Definitely.
Yeah. Luckily, Section 10 is sponsored by BetterHelp.
That's big.
Yeah. These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? With the internet and information overload about mental health and wellness, it can be a struggle to know what's true and what actions to take these days. Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can get you personalized recommendations and help you break through the noise. I've never been a journal guy. I do want to try the cold plunge, though. I'll be honest. And a screen detox, I don't know that my job lends itself to being able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I am in therapy, big online therapy guy. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally, and it works. With an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews. It's convenient too. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, you can switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/rocket. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/rocket.
Coley, do you think my Marcelo Meyer take is unfair? That I don't expect him back?
I've been openly questioning the Red Sox as to why they haven't told us. Like, he doesn't have some crazy unknown injury, and they are very tight-lipped about it, which is never a good thing.
Like, he played catch, but it seemed like it took longer than they initially thought after the shot. And like, surgery has been said it's on the table, whether it's going to be now or during the offseason. It's a re-injury of something he dealt with a couple of years ago. Like, I like Marcelo Meyer a lot. His defense at second base would be helpful, but how much better does he really make you as a platoon second baseman versus the risk of him not being right maybe next year and moving forward? I don't know. It's not something that I would force just to force. I don't think there's a big enough impact there. It'd be nice, like, if he can do it, but like, I'm not willing to take a significant risk and push all that just to make sure he's back on this team this year.
He's put him in a tough spot because he kind of does this every year, and we
That's
all love
it.
Marcelo, and he's Roman's best friend. So it's like he's put everyone in an awkward spot.
Like, if you picture him and he comes back, it's like, all right, against righties, you feel pretty good because you could put him at second, Romy at first. You still got to figure out something with Yoshida if you're moving one of the outfielders to the DH spot. But like, okay, there's somewhat of an answer there. Against lefties, he's horrendous right now. He's a useless at bat against them. So you're going to need to figure out the second base and first base thing against lefties no matter what. Unless it's, like I said, like you brought up Campbell or whatever, maybe it's going to have to be a solution like that, which just makes you look at what they did at the deadline, and bringing someone into that mix would have eased a lot of this stuff.
I think they also just kind of made everyone on the Woo Sox try out first base, thinking that someone would emerge from that group, and it just hasn't been that way.
To think Justin
They traded away
Garcia,
their first base.
Yeah, truthfully. Like, to think Garcia is going to pick up first base, and apparently it looks rough so far, and just be able to be good enough to play in the stretch run while figuring it out at the big league level for a guy who many people expect to strike out a lot, and there's going to be a pretty significant learning curve. does not feel like setting not only him up for much success or your team up for that much success. Yeah, he may run into a few homers, but holy shit, he's going to be out there trying to learn a new position where the ball is getting thrown at him constantly.
My big thing with Campbell, and I called this out when they sent him down, like they were threatening to play him at first in the Braves series earlier this year in Atlanta. Like they were just going to make him do it in the majors. I don't really understand the hesitancy to do it now. I really don't.
When you talked to Ian Kundle the other night, did you ask him about Campbell at first and what that looks like? What
Yeah, he said it's been very fine. Like nothing you're overly like jumping out of your seat. He's
Can we deal with fine?
That's more than enough for me.
Yeah, like he is like, there's rough moments out there. It's better than second base. But he also has some, it wouldn't be smooth. He's going to be a below average defender at the big league level. I think the concern is the bat's not to where you would hope before you brought him back up. But like Coley said, I understand the scale of like, if you think he's going to dominate AAA, like maybe you're asking for a little too much. I think they look at Campbell and Harrison, and it's one of those things where we do not want to have to send you back down, because if you have to get sent back down, you're getting into dangerous territory with top prospects and failing at the big league level multiple times.
Yes and no. I mean, I do think that exists. I don't want to disregard that. That definitely is a thing. Who better to talk to about that than Duran, who got ping-ponged back and forth for years before he got right. And once he got right, here he's been. Like, people are mega defenders of him. He's a lot of people's favorite players on the team. I think that's a perfect guy for him to go, for both of them to talk to and just be like, hey, Jackie Bradley, we've seen people do it. Like, we've seen players do it and succeed. We've seen players do it and we've never heard from them again. Like, it definitely exists both ways.
Yeah, Jarren Duran would be a pretty good example for a guy that kind of was moved to the outside like that. But I think one of the reasons why Jarren Duran's looked at is like such a great story in a lot of ways is because he did something most guys, once you start going up and down like that and you kind of battle, it usually isn't too good for you. I'm not saying that's every prospect, but it feels like a majority of the time it leans that way. But like, these are the things you got to weigh because you didn't make the moves you needed to at the deadline. So like, you're going to have uncomfortable conversations and make uncomfortable moves. Just what it is. Like, so you're going to have to do something you probably didn't want to do. So whether it's a Harrison, whether it's a Campbell, Garcia, like you just bring him up and like, it's another thing. He comes up here and he shits his pants and it looks horrendous. Like, and you then try to move the guy over the offseason. Have fun with that too.
That was what I was going to ask. Do you think there's any of that with Harrison?
Where they don't want him to go up and get blown up so they can move him?
Right. I'm not even suggesting that's the case, but I think it's a question.
Yeah, I think they believe in the arm because I think they think their pitching lab can do anything. I think we've seen Quinn Priester. It can't do everything. Walker Buehler can do a lot of things, but it's not a perfect fix or fit for everybody. Like, there's going to be guys like Jordan Hicks that come in here and they're like, I just don't like what you're doing and how you're doing.
Buehler said that.
Exactly.
Buehler's been
so
I talked to one random guy in the street in Atlanta. He fixed
me. So like, it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. And I think that's just the reality of the situation.
A very serious question. Why would Campbell or Harrison getting called up and potentially failing, if even for like a week, be worse mentally than watching a password get promoted for their mental? You know what I mean?
Where
like,
I'd
how is that
there.
not
I think
worse?
You're setting him up to
how
fail.
Is that not worse for Campbell? Like, this guy's now this guy who was like 35th in the rankings last year has now passed me as the call up to play first. Like, that I feel like is more mentally damaging than coming up and stinking once or twice.
No, I agree. That's why I looked at like them getting Garcia. I was like, oh, maybe just taking some reps, but where it now feels like there's a real chance for that. I'm like, you're going to take a guy who he hasn't even hit at the big league level and you're going to expect him to do that and learn a new position. Like, in the middle of a playoff race, like that's not setting guys up to succeed. It's very backwards to me, in my opinion.
No, that's calling up Meyer. That's not.
But at least Meyer, it's like, oh, you go play second or third. Okay, like he's gotten reps there. Like Garcia,
but
you're just like
the bat wasn't ready. Yeah. Marcelo's bat wasn't ready, and like kind of everyone was like, yeah, well, this is weird and fun, but we don't know if this is like the right time for this.
Yeah. And like, I understand at that time they didn't have really options. So it was like, just come up and play defense and we're going to try to survive.
And they had Sogard. Like they had 40 man. They'd Eaton. They have 40 man options.
Yeah.
And Eaton's a guy Chris and Ian pointed to being like, he kind of is probably the answer for a lot of these questions.
Which is, once again, it brings you back to like, those are the options you're going to lean on as like quadruple A players. And you're going to have to do something you don't love or
those
you're not
guys
super
can
confident
get hot though. Like for Abe Toro, as much as everyone's done with him, like he did carry an 800 OPS for a month. And that was an important month when shit was hitting the fan. Like I'll always thank him for his services. It's definitely time to go, but he showed up when you needed him to at the beginning.
Yeah, no, he had a run like Dom Smith in a lot of ways, right? But eventually these guys like kind of come back down or they don't work out at all. Sometimes they're Garrett Cooper, and Garrett Cooper showed up and fucking gave you nothing, and he was dog shit. So you're rolling the dice, but this is what it is when you're working with like imperfect options. And I think Nate Eaton, like Ian was saying, yeah, makes a lot of sense, can play a lot of different positions, becomes another platoon option for you, especially if it was something like, we're going to play roll me at first and maybe Eaton and Marcelo at second. If Marcelo were to make it back and you kind of piece this thing together, you send Yoshida to wherever. There'd be options there. It's just, it's an awkward fit with this roster right now without solutions that really make you feel great.
I mean, the word that I keep using is uncomfortable. Like the Kristian Campbell situation for me is uncomfortable. It just, man, would it have solved so many headaches if he was just average at second base. If he could play second base, he would have already been here by now. But like,
for sure,
think about it. Like he's been hitting over like the last couple weeks here. If he was even moderate defensively at second base, he would already be up here.
Well, I don't know if that's true, because I do think they like using Raphael at second more than we give them credit for. Like, I think they like that as an option.
Cora told you today, like, oh, do you think there is a reason why the offensive statistics, and credit to Coley, he brought this up last pod. Do you think that factors into why he's struggling offensively? And Cora's like, nope. He's
well,
like,
sure, you can't say yes.
No, but you could be like, there's a lot on his plate. Like, we're just trying to figure out for him, like, make the plays, get the outs, do what's best for the team. Like, for him to be like, no, it has nothing to do with that. I don't know. I think it's more about Raphael, and I think this is just who he is. Like, better player, as I'll keep saying. I'm not trying to disrespect the guy. Highs, he can go nuclear. The cold streaks are going to be very cold, and that's just what it is. Like,
I mean,
you got to ride it.
I don't want to just like parrot everything they said, but over the stretch since he started playing second, like that is, he hasn't been cold as a center fielder. Like he has still been hitting.
Like he had an RBI single today. Like I don't think he just stopped.
He left 9 guys on base. Like he could have won the game today if he was simply playing center field.
Yeah, I don't think you put him in center and you win the game. I just, that's not the way I view it. I can understand, Coley, if you come from that angle. That's just, I think with Rafaela,
we win that game.
Yeah, the stats. But I think with Rafaela more, it's
he throws out the stats profile. The second they don't fit his little narrative.
No, it's just, it's a small sample size that I'm trying not to overreact to.
It is for sure a small sample size, larger than the Yoshidas, but small nevertheless.
Yeah. I do want to give Dustin May love, though.
I wish Masataka Yoshida was the guy named in the whole Shohei Ohtani tries to steal Hawaii plot. That would have been great if he was the fall guy for that. Can we get that out there? He was involved heavily. It was his idea.
Yoshida getting cuffed out of Fenway. They're just taking him away. Oh, that would be a powerful scene.
I don't know how that story ends. Like
the Yoshida one or the Hawaii one?
The Yoshida one. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm getting into it with people on Twitter over this where it's like, why do you hate Yoshida? I'm like, I don't hate Yoshida. I just want better production from my DH spot. Is that crazy to ask? Like, I know, like, we just point out, oh, he's been great in August. It's 8 games. 8 games we're talking about. Like, you can say he's been great in August. It's halfway through the month and he hasn't played in all the games. And we're
That's
just
a third
talking
of his games
about
this season.
Yeah, and we're just talking about against right-handed pitching. Like
that's what he is, though. That's what they made him last year.
That's not a DH. That's like, you don't platoon DH. Like, it's just, I don't know, Coley.
They've said how they want to use DH, and it's a horrifying thought for me personally, which bothers me. But he doesn't fit even what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't fit like their ideal version of it, because even that guy would still be playing in the field in multiple positions, which I also hate. I said before the season started, I'm done with this versatility shit when you're taking guys out of their best players. I'm still consistently done with it. But what was the original point? Fuck. It's gone. Long gone. Something about Yoshida.
Something about Yoshida not matching Craig Breslow's view of the DH.
No, it was part of it. I know the name JD was sticking in my head. Like we've proudly had the best DH.
Still looking for work.
That
Saw a video of
is
him the other day.
our best version of the Red Sox in our lives. It was David Ortiz or it was JD Martinez. Even Hanley couldn't hold that crown. But that was it. The Red Sox loudly told you all offseason they don't want Masataka Yoshida either. So it's not like we dislike Masataka Yoshida. He's adorable. He's very funny. He's enjoyable to watch. When he hit the home run against the Yankees last year, it was just like, yeah, this is the guy. And then they tried to trade him all fucking offseason. They didn't play him in the field last year. They actively hate him, the organization. His teammates love him, clearly. But the organization despises him. They see Chaim Bloom when they look at Masataka Yoshida, and we know how they feel about Chaim Bloom.
That's what annoys me, because they're sensitive over the topic, and yet all their actions told you, a year ago when they sat him for a week, and they were just like, yeah, like there's no use for him with this current lineup right now. We're not even going to get him in the lineup to get time. And then he complained to the media, and that just disappeared, and like it was never mentioned again. You made Masataka Yoshida complain.
What did he say?
Chris Cotillo had the report, or had the tweet back then. I can't remember it word for word, but he was like, a clearly upset Yoshida says he doesn't really understand what's going on with his playing time and the way he's being handled. There was a Cotillo tweet, and I remember referencing it a ton.
Yeah,
this was last year?
Yes. Yeah. When the whole thing was going on, where he didn't play for like 6 days. Like they wouldn't even let him play left field.
Came back in Cleveland and had like 5 hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think with Yoshida, even when you do look at it, it's like, all right, well, he's the right side. Or, he's going to face righties. That's the part of the platoon. The other half of it, it's whatever outfielder's not playing and or Rob Refsnyder. That's what their DH situation is. But just fine. Like, I'm not telling you, when you look at the DH spot and you just say, well, Yoshida sucks. It's like, yeah, but he's half of it. And he's good against righties. He can hit righties. It's not the greatest thing. It's not fucking homer power. I'm not telling you that or anything, but it's going to be solid batting average, a lot of singles, and that's what he is.
Yeah, he's Ben Zobrist.
Sure. Again, like to I think it was T maybe that made the point earlier. If he could just play second base, I don't think any of us would.
That was Ben Zobrist. Like, his value was he could play 9 positions.
First baseman Yoshida. They thought about it for 10 seconds. Never heard about it again after that, by the way. How bad did those reps at first base go?
They've tried fucking ever. This is where it keeps coming back to like, why can't Jaron play first? Like, that would fix a lot. Would it not?
Or a second.
They've given fucking everyone else on the team a first baseman, except for him and Rafaela. Like, obviously Roman's not going to play first. That was floated early. That was floated very early. People got very angry when they said that.
Durant at first base would be terrifying. But considering the options, if they're going to throw Garcia, they're going to throw Garcia out there. What's the difference, right? Like, at that point. But watching Durant, who I just don't think has the greatest baseball instincts or the softest hands at first base. I think Romy plays a good first base, man. I think he's gotten a lot better.
Sure.
It's just, you don't have 2 good options on the right side of the infield right now. And that's going to lead to you putting Rafael at one of those spots, at least against righties.
Rafael at first.
Yes.
I mean,
or Connor Wong when they rock out with this.
I genuinely think they're about to do that. Like, I think Connor Wong's going to play first or second, maybe this series, like soon.
Unless Bayo's pitching. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I can't recall in all my years watching Boston Red Sox baseball a situation quite like this, where it's like you have a bunch of good players, but none of them play the positions that you need them to play. It's crazy to me that a roster could be assembled like this, and you just are like, I don't know, the pieces don't fit. Like, they can all hit just fine, but like we need to fill out 9 positions, and we can't do it.
We have 8 left fielders, and we really just don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
If you were like, how did we get here? If you were to dig through all this shit, like to the top of this pile, what's at the very bottom? It's Tristan Casas' knee exploding at first base.
Yeah.
If that just doesn't happen, so much is different.
Or you don't.
So much.
completely fuck up things with Devers, like, and you get to the point where the relationship
they don't have to ask
solvable.
him to play first. They don't even have the out to trade him.
Yeah,
they'd have to wait till the offseason to trade him.
Yeah, those are the layers, and that's where, like, you know, you can argue that, you know, if you're on the side that move got them to where they were going, whatever we say on this podcast isn't going to shift your perspective on it.
They won 6 straight.
Yeah, if you think the power of friendship just flipped it immediately, ride with it. It's just, yeah, it felt like there was a way not to be in this situation, and when you had a chance to make up for it, you didn't. And they're a good baseball team. Like, I'm not trying to be overly negative because these are the conversations we're going to have, but as you get down to the end of the season here and you get to the playoffs, the holes you have in your roster where things don't work gets magnified. And these are the things that you need to figure out. It's rotation staying up and being able to do what they need to do. It's going to be that right side of the infield. Those are the two things you're going to be paying attention to the most.
I think Duran at first, Romy at second, outfield being the outfield.
Why not Duran at second, Romy at first? I mean, didn't Duran play the infield?
He played 65 games there his first year in pro ball. I went back and looked yesterday.
But didn't he play there in college?
Yeah. That was what he did back then.
He's also put on so much muscle.
Yeah,
since
dude.
then.
He was such a skinny guy when he got to the system.
Even once he got to the majors the first time, he was still skinny.
Compared to now, yeah. That's a good point.
He's yoked. Like, he does kind of a first baseman build.
I can't see him picking a ball at first.
I don't know if it's
he's fast enough. He can go like run and get it and then run back to the bag.
But like that's more like second base to me.
Yeah.
If I could see him like diving for a ball, like making the Pedroia
Schwarber could do it. I feel like Duran can do it.
Well, that's the funniest part too, because we say all this DH stuff and then like the manager's like, Kyle Schwarber, I will do anything. I will bend over backwards for you. Just get back here. Which I think Craig Breslow is going to be like, dude, like I would love Schwarber and I would figure out a way to get him here.
Schwarber, pick one.
Exactly. Like it's going to be one of those things. Like, do you know how old he is? And like, I still would find a way to get Schwarber here, but we know how Craig Breslow operates.
He also, you literally can't roster him and Yoshida. Like you cannot have both of them.
Doesn't work. Which unfortunately you spent that Schwarber money on Masataka Yoshida a year later.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Well, yeah, they gave it to. That was the scariest part of the weekend. Trevor Story swung at another ball that hit him. And I thought he broke his hand. I thought that was the last we were going to see of him. And that I was genuinely nervous because he's been so important. What is he, 8th in RBI right now in the American League?
He's been ridiculous since June 1st.
He's been insanely important to this team. Steady at short, driving in runs. And yeah, I thought it was all over. I thought it was that you want to talk about fucking up the rest of the season. That would be devastating, more so than the other times he's gotten hurt.
God. Like what I don't even want to try to figure out what you would do at shortstop. Like genuinely, it would be
Bregman probably.
Oh my God. That would be so fucking bad.
No, David Hamilton would come back up here.
Yeah, it'd be bad.
Oh my God. Like genuinely, you just almost killed me when you said that.
Who's playing short in Worcester? It's not Hamilton, is it?
I think Vaughn Grissom's been playing there mostly.
Sure.
Which is funny.
Why not? If every one of if literally all 4 of our opening day infielders were out and they still didn't call up Vaughn Grissom.
God, just as the ultimate fuck you. Just go sit down there. Yeah, it would be like Sogard or I don't think they play Grissom there at the big leagues, but who knows at this point. They played Bobby Delwick there at one point.
Listen, was that called for?
And people, go fuck yourself, T.
Sorry.
People keep talking about
congrats to Bob. Going to the Kansas City Royals. He's not in Japan. That's a nice story.
You keep saying he's going to go. He's been to 3 different major league teams since you said he was going to go to Japan the first time.
I didn't make that up. That was a report.
Everyone loves Bob. Mm-hmm. Everyone.
I heard he's real big in Kansas City right now.
Huge.
Everybody loves him.
Big guy.
Everyone keeps talking about the Quinn Priester swing and miss, but like we have like trauma with the Chris Sale. Like no one talks about Chris Sale for Vaughn Grissom as like a huge miss. They're just like
we can't.
Yeah, but that Quinn Priester trade.
That's what it is. Coley's 100%
everyone
right.
was okay with it because people were still mad that Heim didn't trade him. People are still mad at Heim for the Chris Sale trade that Heim didn't even make, and they almost blame him for the Vaughn Grissom.
Yeah. That's the funny part because it's truthfully sitting there and being like Heim should have dealt him, and then also Craig Breslow's an idiot for dealing him. It's like no, like Heim clearly saw that Chris Sale still had it, and it was just about him getting healthy, and maybe it would have never happened here. But bare minimum,
I'm not
the
going to give him credit
ingredients
for
were
that.
right.
I don't know if that was what he did.
But
I think
I think
didn't pull
Heim
a
was.
trigger.
Yeah, I think you could argue that, but I think Heim also believed like Chris Sale was going to still be a very productive major leaguer. It wasn't the end of him. So no, you're not just going to get a deal done to get him out of here.
I think he liked his ceiling versus what the return was going to be.
Agreed.
I think
exactly.
that's more where he was sitting from. But
yeah,
at the time, it was just like I still right now like the process of how they traded Chris Sale. Obviously, the player they got back was a devastating miss. But the process behind, because again, it shows that was the beginning of last season. Kristian Campbell was in the system then. They did not see him being next year's second baseman. Otherwise, they don't target Vaughn Grissom because they thought Vaughn Grissom was the solution at second base. And they abandoned it so quickly that it's hard to describe. Like, it's hard. It really is. If I'm Vaughn Grissom, yeah, I'm rightfully pissed that I got no real shot. None.
Yeah, it is a pretty quick, like, we just lost faith, especially when you have variables that you look at and you say, like, all right, yeah, he lost weight, like all this different stuff happened. But that tells me not only do they not like the player on the field, I don't think they like the player off the field. I think it's two things. I think they got him in here and they thought he was going to be one way or go about things one way. It just didn't connect for whatever reason with what they're doing. Sad. And then you hear just how bad he is against anything that's decent stuff. And
to be fair,
I said this a year ago, you become Christian Arroyo very quickly. And that's what Vaughn Grissom is. He's a quadruple A player.
Had a better MLB career than Vaughn Grissom.
That happened for Christian Arroyo once he got here and he stuck around for a couple of years. If you told me Vaughn Grissom was like a number 9 hitter on another team for 2-3 years, like that was getting by, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's not crazy. Because like most teams aren't going to keep someone on their 40-man just to keep them on their 40-man for no fucking reason.
Yeah, you know? It's wild. That's the part that's bad process. I think the trade, all in all, getting a guy who they thought could be a starter for a pitcher. But now when I look at it, it's like they just wanted the money off the books. It's hard to, and then we paid some of the money for him to win Cy Young.
Yeah, if he goes somewhere else and he becomes like a legit big leaguer and it works out, then yeah, you're going to get like the Quinn Priester conversation. But to me, that's why, like, as someone who was very pro that Quinn Priester trade and applauded it, it's very frustrating to see him go to Milwaukee and immediately just become this force because that's supposed to be your specialty. I can understand with this current front office right now. It's clear position players are something that is a work in process for them in the farm system and what they're doing. What do you mean?
Work in progress.
Yeah. What did I say? Work in process. Thank you. I like clearly their strength is in targeting pitching prospects and going about things that way. We see it with the current state of the farm system. To miss on a guy like that, like Priester, that's the tough one. Vaughn Grissom, it's like, okay, like your wheelhouse for whatever reason, at least in this current era of the front office, isn't nailing position players.
Summer's hotter weather is finally here.
Jared, you sound down and tired.
It's both, yeah.
I'm sorry.
But don't let hair loss make you sweat. Regrow hair with help from Hims. They provide access to personalized treatments so you can see thicker, fuller hair in just 3 to 6 months. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medications, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted, clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil can stop hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Get started from the comfort of your home. Fill out an intake form, and a medical provider will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment is sent directly to you for free. The process is 100% online, which means getting started has never been more convenient. No insurance is needed. Just one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care, plus treatment options start at just $35 per month. Hims has helped hundreds of thousands of men get their confidence back with visibly thicker and fuller hair. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/section10. That's HIMS.com/section10 for personalized hair loss treatment options. Hims.com/section10. That's 10.
Suck one.
I'm trying to stay positive, man. Like
there's plenty to be positive about.
Yeah, you're gonna positively bash Roman Anthony's face in 40
Not
hours.
in like the immediate though. Like there's like right now it's a 2-4 road trip. Like that sucks. And like I get like the teams that you needed to lose lost, but like I still look at that as a missed opportunity to gain important ground here. I think when we go back and some of the other conversations that we've had earlier, is like the Garrett Crochet thing, like he's in uncharted waters, and is Lucas Giolito under the hood? Like, is he running out of gas? And Brian Bayo, will there be regression to the mean? Like it's all that stuff. It's like
I'm
missed
confident in Bayo is
opportunities
at least a number 3.
Yeah, Bayo's
No,
been
I'm
this
not.
guy since July 4th last season.
Last
Like,
year.
this isn't like a hot stretch.
But
he's on.
like his metrics are like, yeah, no, he wasn't the 2 ERA guy he was for 2 months. He was like a 3.5 to a 3.8 guy. That's what I think Brian Bayo is, and I think that's a good pitcher. That's exactly something they need. You know, it's just, is Giolito really like a 4.5 guy who's going to be running out of gas? That's scary. But let's be positive. Red Sox remaining strength of schedule 24th in the big leagues right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and that's with what, 7 against the Yankees?
Correct.
Yeah, thank
But
God.
they stink.
Yeah, you play them more than any other team the rest of the way.
Yeah, those
So if
people.
they make the playoffs and you miss it, it'll be probably because of those games.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like the only team you really, right now, with the way the Rangers are going, and who knows, maybe they get hot and they go on this ridiculous run. Takes winning 7 or 8 in a row, just like the Red Sox did at one point, the Mariners, the Brewers, pick your team. But it's the Guardians. That's the bubble team right now. And like, I'm not going to sit here and be scared of the Guardians. I can't.
No, but they find a way. Every
They're
year
one of
they
those
find
teams.
a way. They're, what'd you call them earlier?
Pesky?
Mm,
What'd he call him? I don't remember what he called him. What'd he call him?
that's the Steve word.
Oh, he didn't use that word here.
On radio, he did.
Oh,
Oh. To be fair, it was Scooble talking about them.
Blaming everyone but yourself.
You're right. I need to take some accountability here. I'd like to apologize. But no, but the Guardians are one of those teams where you could say the run differential, they've outperformed that run differential how many years, where they're just one of those organizations that can do it.
They have Jose Ramirez. That's enough for me. It's enough
And,
for
like,
me to notice them.
Dude, fucking Class A got suspended, and like Cade Smith was just like, I'm going to be the best reliever in the sport. I don't give a fuck. You're going to eat it. So they found a way to survive. Credit to them.
They do.
Mhm.
They have a pitching factory. For sure.
they always have.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, they piss out pitchers. It's what they do.
Because Bivey went down early this year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bivey went down. They got rid of Tristan McKenzie.
which was crazy. Did he catch on anywhere? No, I think he accepted the option, right?
Designation, I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah.
Bivey last pitched
didn't
on
we
the
face
8th.
him recently? Oh, is he back? Oh, Bivey got
Yeah.
him.
It looks like he missed a good chunk of time
Oh, okay.
at some point.
wasn't
Maybe.
just making it up.
Actually, I don't know. It doesn't look like he did.
Yeah, just
No,
pitched 23 games.
Yeah, he's been.
So he's just been
healthy.
mediocre. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Gavin
weird.
Williams, he just almost threw the no-hitter. What else they got?
Yeah,
going
Bivey
on
kind of
there?
stinks. That's weird.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see that too. Yeah, like it's not a team you look at. You're better than them. You're definitely a better team than them. So
Sure.
there's no excuse for if they jump you, especially considering some of the stuff they did at the deadline.
Yeah, it doesn't ever affect them. They're a very strange organization.
I was all for Chris Antonetti to be the next CBO of the
Yeah, I
Boston
could
Red
see
Sox. Like that was a possibility.
All right. Red Sox lose 4-1. There's gonna be no weather tonight. Stevens abandoned us. So that's on him. He's gonna have to own
Mhm.
that.
Maybe he's like sitting at his house right now trying to figure out the Wi-Fi. And,
He's
like, hoping
been
to make
he's been
that.
sharing pictures to his Instagram story of people wishing him a happy birthday this entire episode.
Oh, well, does it? Oh, it does take Wi-Fi to do that, huh?
Well, not
They
necessarily.
could do CTE, LTE.
CTE?
Steve's 35, man.
I don't know.
That's crazy. 35 is wild.
Possible. I mean,
Why is that wild, T?
That's a big number.
Why is that a big number?
Jake, 35 is kind of crazy, isn't it? I can see the look on your face, Jake.
I think it's a great age.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, T. Yeah.
Whoa. You know what? Jeremy, I apologize. Let me take a step back here.
are you trying to attack 2K right now?
You know what? I'm going to take a step
my
back
gosh.
here.
You want Bags 2K to just start swinging on you?
Yeah, we need a follower update. What are we up to?
1.3, I think.
We're fine.
Yeah. The
Cook.
needle is moving.
J-Bones _ J Bags 2K. Follow the
Bags 2K. I mean, it's on. Yeah, Bags 2K.
I can't wait to see what we're calling Bags in like 2 years because it's just going to keep evolving.
He's almost at 1.4. So yeah, the Twitter is jbags _ jbones. Bags 2K, and like his location is 2K, Massachusetts. Yeah. Will you? I mean, if you end up getting a 3K, will you be Bags 3K, or are you just
he's three
forever
stacks.
Bags 2K? I'll keep evolving, he said.
These are bridges we cross when we arrive. Like, we can't be calling our shots. We didn't know we'd be calling them 2K at the beginning of the season.
No, I don't think we were calling them Bags before the season. I thought that was
spring training. Yeah, that's
spring training. It's
Yeah,
this.
I don't
this
even
year,
think I know
though.
the lore.
Sure.
Wasn't it just we were playing Bags?
No, Mikey was like, that's like J Bags is a thing I've heard before, not just with our bags, but J Bones, J Bags. Doesn't your adopted sister call you something similar, Jared?
Yeah, my whole family.
J-Bo?
calls me- Yeah, my immediate family calls me that.
Yeah. So
J-Bo?
it's not out of
you
the.
can't call me
Yeah,
that.
we
Can I start calling you that?
No.
He said immediate family.
Yeah. My parents. and
You
my
don't even know how to
sister-
say his last name right.
That's a pretty good take. I won't push back.
Jared
I do have-
Carabas.
Oh, fucking dude, I hate that clip. I'm gonna fucking.
Don't do it.
I am going to do.
Better help.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jake,
Yeah.
bleep that.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. As a reminder.
You'll have never heard a curse splat like a spell.
I will. Oh,
Jared Carabas.
Carabras.
Crabras.
I
Jared
sound like I have
Carabas.
so much food in my mouth, man.
You were
Damn
trying to
it.
say eating a whole bowl of mashed potatoes.
Peanut butter mouth over here.
Jared Carabas.
Such a disappointment.
Insane damage.
Jared
So
Carabas.
The guy who's like picked me up and like carried me and like given me a platform, and I just fuck his name up
Yeah.
trying to say
Can't
it
even
out
say my
loud.
name.
Jaron Carabras.
Like, imagine
Jared
having
Carabas.
to do an hour of radio where you're already nervous and hoping to perform well, and you fuck up that badly.
Why are
30
you
seconds.
nervous, T? That's an earned spot. That wasn't
Yeah,
handed
you earned
to
it.
you. That's a very well deserved
No.
spot.
Yeah.
I just don't want to disappoint people, and I try my best to live
Well,
up
you
to...
disappointed me.
I know.
Yeah, constantly.
Jared Carabas.
Your biggest fear only came true.
Immediately.
There's
First
nothing
pitch.
to worry about. That's what I
Yeah.
said. I was like, I didn't even throw a strike. Like, I just wanted to throw a strike to start the game. I snapped my neck. I turned around so fast to watch it. Abraham
pretty sure-
Toro going back to June 11th has the 6th worst WRC plus in the
Don't
sport.
turn the poor Abe Toro. He was just sitting there minding his own business.
We're both losers, okay?
You're crapping on the guy.
Ty would chase my draft over that stretch.
I'm pretty sure this Japanese Twitter account is calling me racist right now for my Yoshida tweet. The point is basically, did you say that Trevor's story was bad when he was bad? And yes. Oh, yeah.
Super easy to do.
Jared Carabas.
It gets so much worse every time.
The most offensive part of this tweet is she said, no matter how you look at it, this old man's criticism is just unfair.
Was that T?
They're treating you like Shaughnessy.
Yeah. The T got his K-pop stance to call you old like he was just doing before all this.
Damn.
Why not just admit it honestly that you don't like Masataka Yoshida-san?
Well, I'd say tell the Red Sox to do that first.
I do like him. He's just, I don't know. He's not doing it for me in the DH spot. That's fine.
We have a puzzle, and he is a puzzle piece, but it doesn't fit our puzzle.
Yeah,
I think it fits for now against right-handers.
I just said it doesn't.
Yeah, when players are bad, I don't discriminate. You can be from any part of the globe, and if you're bad and you're costing my baseball team wins, I'm gonna say that you stink. And Masa hasn't even stunk. It's just he's not.
Doesn't fit.
Like I needed. Yes, he doesn't fit. That's it. He doesn't fit. The Red Sox said he didn't fit.
Yeah,
Jared
we
Carabas.
love Yoshida.
Yeah,
we love
the guy.
Yoshida. He just doesn't fit.
No, he just doesn't fit, dude.
If he was scooping him at first, I wouldn't give a fuck what he was hitting. Like that'd be so sick. But
if you could just
they tried to pregame once. They're like, this is awful.
If you could just pick him over at second base, turn double plays.
Remember when they made him play football this year?
Yeah. As long as Abraham Toro's on my baseball team, there's a spot for Masa.
Okay.
I like Toro. I don't want to see him keep playing, but I just like the vibes he brings.
He's a good dude.
It feels like you probably need to hit up Ethos, T.
Me?
You're T.
Sadly.
Yeah, you say his full name?
I should hit up Ethos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm now nervous to do this because the last time I had to read something, I was unable to do it.
Guy's just always nervous.
Jared
Very
Carabas.
nervous guy. Thank you. Play it one more time.
Jared Carabas.
Thank you. A lot of us know that we need life insurance to protect our family's financial future if anything happens to us. And one of the biggest excuses for putting it off might be that you think it's too expensive. I'm broke. I have a hard time with money. Forbes released a study in March 2025 that said over half of Americans don't have life insurance because they think it's too expensive. According to an April 2024 LIMRA study, people are overestimating the cost of life insurance by 3 times. But with Ethos, you can get affordable life insurance easily online. With Ethos, you can get a free quote and customize the rate that fits your budget. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. Some policies are as low as $2 a day and they're billed monthly. Lock in your rate today since premiums can always go up as you age or other things pop up in your life. Ethos makes it fast and easy to protect your family's future in minutes, not months. No medical exam required. You just answer a few health questions, 100% online. Get a quote in as little as 10 minutes. You can do it all on your computer. You can get same-day coverage without ever leaving your house. And according to a stat from January 2025 in The Guardian, it can take weeks to get improved with traditional life insurance carriers. Ethos is a trustworthy company that disrupts the traditional life insurance industry. As of March 2025, Business Insider named Ethos the number 1, not number 2, not number 3, not number 4, the number 1, no medical exam, instant life insurance provider. 3 million families have completed their applications and trusted Ethos to help find the right coverage. Ethos has 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 2,400 reviews. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote today at ethos.com/section10. That's ethos.com/section10.
Ethos. Get your Ethos.
It's after midnight here on the East Coast. It's 1 a.m. in fact, and just gotta give a happy birthday to John Henry Feitelberg. You know, like that's You want to talk about all-time Section 10 co-hosts? Gotta give a happy birthday to John Feitelberg. Yes, T.
Is he going to be at Section 10 night this year?
I hope so. I haven't sent out the text yet. I got to text Pete. I'm gonna text Fights.
I miss Pete.
I'll text Pat Light. Pat Light didn't make it to the first one. It'd be great if he could make it to the second one.
His social media game is fucking fire right now.
I didn't know
Just
where
wanna
that
put
was
that
going
out
to go.
there.
Could have gone either way, if we're being honest. I could have gone either way.
I just chuckle when I see what he's doing.
He's
Him
doing good
sitting
stuff.
somewhere new.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the bits. I like what he's working
It's a
with. I
good
like
bit.
him showing off
Good
the
bit.
employees.
Yeah, he's got good bits. Yeah, so the text will be out. But yeah, happy birthday.
Congrats to John
Section
Henry,
10. What did he do?
premiere of Les Mascots tonight, New York City. He had his own
Oh.
movie premiere for his movie right leading into his birthday. Pretty fucking good.
That is pretty sweet. Yep. Just an all-time legendary Section 10 co-host, deserving of a happy birthday shout out on this episode for sure.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to
Was it-
you.
Did you have another co-host who had a birthday yesterday, Jerry?
Yeah, Dallas Braden. Happy
That's
birthday,
right.
Dallas Braden.
Uncle Dallas.
Yeah.
Threw a no-hitter.
Threw a no-hitter. Complete game shout out against Tampa. Yeah. You want to talk about awesome podcast co-hosts having birthdays. Dallas Braden, John Henry Feitelberg. Happy birthday, guys.
If you were born during the Ides of August, you are for sure one of Jared's best pals and probably make magic with him on the mic.
Mhm. That's right. That's right. Happy birthday to those guys. Shout out to Sam.
She looks so scared every time I put her on camera.
Well, she's
yeah,
a dog
because-
murderer, so
This is bad.
Jared
That's a wild
Carabas.
angle.
Dude.
Jowan Kawabwis.
Yeah, Jared Carabas.
I legit
Jared
get paid to speak and I
Carabas.
can't do it correctly. It's my job is to talk. And it's so difficult for me.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I would say out of all the names to fuck up, that was definitely the one to.
It's just like, oh, what's your mom's name? Fuck, I'm just going to butcher this thing. Like the one name you can't fuck up.
Yeah.
The only
That's
guy
all
with the soundboard is the guy whose name you fucked up.
Yeah. It's all right, man.
Update on the Jovi Sox because they kind of stink right now.
Yeah. Do we have to reban him?
The BJ Sox?
I feel like he's kind of overstayed his welcome.
In life.
I'd get him out.
I mean, yeah, T's already got him at the pearly gates. So
It's time we really put him in the grave.
Jesus. I was just at Patriots camp the other day. He was probably talking about, I'm finally unbanned. I'm going to be at the Christmas party for all religions and atheists. And T's like, yeah, he's dead.
I want him buried underneath the backfield at Gillette Stadium.
Why? What did he do? I mean, I guess he's kind of responsible for these last two series losses.
Yeah, he single-handedly gave up that Jordan Hicks home run.
Yeah. Might have to
It's
reban him.
really, really hard to not point to the ketchup. It really is hard. The second Roman Anthony's clip, like this is the Padres who continue to ruin my life. They bring this out because this wasn't a new clip, I don't believe. This
No.
was
Spring
an
training.
older clip. They bring it out, and then you got Bregman out here. Like it's kind of tearing everything apart.
I mean, Bregman did homer twice in this series, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They won.
Did
They
they win?
won one of the games that he homered in. So I don't know. It's
For
not
sure.
him. Roman.
It's just-
they won the game he homered in.
I mean, he homered in 2 of the games, didn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah, but they both.
I think it was
so-
those two and Dustin May fighting for Ketchup. Going into
Yeah.
today.
I was seriously considering May, and then they lost, so I stopped considering.
Yeah, consideration ended pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we move on.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move incoming!
Stop and shop. Look ahead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stomping sharp, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stomping sharp, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
Stop and Shop, look ahead. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. Use promo code Section10 to get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines, only at Stop and Shop. It's an off day. Enjoy your off day. Glad you're listening to the 10 on your off day. Hope you're doing something that you enjoy today on your off day. Because tomorrow, Friday, the Miami Marlins come to town, and we got old Big Dick Sandy on the mound in game 1. It's Lucas Giolito versus Sandy Alcantara on Friday. We got Brian Bayo versus Cal Quantrill. And if you remember, Cal Quantrill was at the forefront of the Reese McGuire catastrophe that happened in Colorado last year. There's no way this guy's name's real. Garrett Crochet versus Jansen Junk.
Yeah.
That's his fucking name.
Well, there goes that game.
Fuck.
His name is Jansen Junk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it incorrectly. I'm just asking. His fucking name, Jansen
Jansen
Junk.
Junk. It's a silent J.
You've heard of this guy?
Jansen Junk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Junk Box.
Mm-hmm.
Big Junkie.
This is going to be the greatest perfect game in MLB history.
I was going to say, I'm looking at his season number. That's a 4.06 ERA, but man is at a 2.9950.
It's so over.
It's a crochet day. Against the Junk Box. Anyways, Lucas Giolito, 8-2, 3.77 ERA, 125 whip, and a 7.4 strikeouts per 9. A 4.82 ERA and a 6.46 FIP across 5 starts since the All-Star break. Had 3 starts of 4+ earnies in 13 starts before the break and 3 and 5 since then. He does, however, have 2 excellent outings since the break. Maybe more importantly, his best was his only home start, where this one will be. That was against the Astros. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. It was a homer. Home was a dead zone for Giolito when the season began. He allowed 19 runs across his first 4 starts at home. He has allowed 1 in his next 4 Fenway starts. His slider has been unbelievable in August. Opponents hit no 83 against that. The Red Sox are 12-6 when he starts and 9-1 when he allows 1 run or less. Sandy Alcantara, 6-11, a 6.55 ERA, a 145 whip, and a 6.7 strikeouts per 9. So he currently leads Major League Baseball with 88 earned runs in 121 innings pitched. Firstly, his walks are up and his strikeouts are down. So control, obviously an issue there. His out of the zone swing rate is 28%. His zone contact is a staggering 89%. The main issue seems to be how his fastballs play off his changeup. In 2022, the changeup was his number 1 use pitch, 146 batting average against. This helped the 4-seam be more effective. His number 2 pitch, 233 batting average against. This year, his changeup is his number 3 use pitch, 250 batting average against that pitch. His 4-seam is still his number 2 pitch, but opponents hitting 306 with a 559 slug against it. He was better when the 4-seam was able to play off the changeup instead of the other way around. The Marlins are 10-13 when he starts. Brian Bayo, 8-6, 3.25 ERA, 129 whip, and a 7 strikeouts per 9. His last start against the Padres was a little shaky, 5 earned runs over 5 2/3. But since the break, he has been very solid over 5 starts, 3.60 ERA, 3.94 FIP, including 3 quality starts. Bayo weirdly has made 14 of his 21 starts at home this year, but that's been very beneficial. 14 home starts, 3.09 ERA, and only 4 of his 12 home runs allowed. For pitchers with at least 1,500 pitches this year, Bayo ranks 9th with only 14 doubles allowed. Oddly enough, Giolito and Buehler are tied right in front of him with 13. The Red Sox are 11-10 when he pitches. Cal Quantrill, 4-9 with a 5.09 ERA, 135 WHIP, and a 6.8 strikeouts per nine. No matter how bad of a year this dude has, I always feel like he just is a giant pain in the Red Sox ass. Kind of shocking he's still a starter, as he has failed to complete 5 innings 10 times this year in 23 starts. In fact, he has only gotten an out in the 6th inning twice all year. Also not shocked he is in the bullpen because his fastball is 93.5 miles per hour. And it allows a 333 batting average and a 569 slug. It's slop jalop, folks. It is slop. He's allowed 12 hits, 8 earned, 3 home runs in his last 2 starts, 8 1/3 innings. Marlins somehow 13-10 when he starts. He's not very good. In the finale, Garrett Crochet, 13-5, 2.48 ERA, 110 WHIP, and 11.1 strikeouts per nine. Just the 4th time all season he has allowed more than 2 earned runs in a start. Is the start that he's coming off of. In the 3 starts following these outings, he has allowed 5 earned runs total and has a 2.21 ERA with 20 strikeouts. The Red Sox are 16-8 when he starts, and his last outing was the team's first loss in one of his starts since June 24th. Jansen Junk, 6-2, 4.06 ERA, 113 WHIP, 6.2 strikeouts per nine. He's pitched briefly in 4 different MLB seasons prior to 2025, but has never amassed more than 16 1/3 innings in any season. This year, he has 75 1/3 innings and a respectable 2.99 FIP. He made 5 appearances in the bullpen before making it into the rotation in mid-June, and he has a 4.61 ERA, 3.58 FIP, and 10 starts. In August, he's made 3 starts, 7.20 ERA, 12 earned runs in 15 innings pitched, only 8 strikeouts. He won't walk people, 8 walks in 75 innings. The Marlins are 9-6 when he pitches and 7-3 when he does start. So that's Lucas Giolito versus Sandy Alcantara. That's Brian Bayo versus Cal Quantrill, and Garrett Crochet versus Jansen Junk. We don't have weather, so this is where we would do the predictions. How about Jake?
I was thinking about going reverse sweep here, but I remember Jared's going to knock Roman's lights out on Friday, so I feel like that's going to have a similar effect. I think they'll have no choice but to sweep after that, so I'm going to sweep at Fenway.
Okay, that's a solid choice. Very respectable. I like the pick. T?
Yeah, I'm going to take 2 out of 3 here. I'm not really overly worried about this series. We've seen what this Red Sox team has done at home. They're just a different animal. They're 39-22. The Marlins, they're 6-7 this month. I have not looked at the final score of today's game, so I do not have that. You know what? Let's do it while I'm talking. That's a better idea.
I think they won.
They won. So 500 this month. They've been playing better baseball the last couple months. There's no doubt about that, but that's on the backs of their pitching. And I think you get this team to Fenway Park, the Red Sox offense is going to be able to do what they need to do. Garrett Crochet, I do not expect him to have 2 bad starts in a row. And I think Brian Bayo versus, Lucas Giolito, those first 2 games, the fact that you're avoiding Edward Cabrera in this series is a major win within itself. Yes, it's Sandy who, would it shock me if he shoves it up the Red Sox ass because you were talking and almost dealing for him right up until the deadline? No, it wouldn't surprise me, but no Perez either for the Red Sox. You avoid him and Cabrera.
Dude,
that's a big deal. Yeah, so I think 2 out of 3 here. And if you told me they swept, I wouldn't be surprised either.
The McMahon?
So what worries me about the Marlins, they're better on the road than they are at home. They're a 500 team on the road. They've been pretty much since the Red Sox got right is when the Marlins got right, almost simultaneously. Very peculiar. And now they brought up this Jacob Marcy kid who is, according to the Nugget chef himself, the best baseball player in the history. Like, no one's had a better 13 games than Jacob Marcy. So we're getting this guy at the worst possible fucking time. That makes me nervous. I think we go 1-2.
1-2? Jeez. So the Red Sox over their last 34 games are 23-11. That's the second best record in baseball. The Marlins are 19-16, which is tied for 9th best.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 7-7 didn't help.
Yeah. I think the Red Sox get swept in this series.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't
So we
think
get
they're gonna
all
fucking
4
care.
possible outcomes.
Yeah, I think they get swept in this one.
Steve put in for 2 out of 3, I think.
Steve put in 2 out of 3. Yeah.
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 No
I think they
weather,
get swept.
but predictions. That makes me think we're playing all 3 games, though.
Because he didn't say anything daunting was going to happen.
Right. If he had said like 1-1 or something, it would have been like, huh.
Or maybe he didn't tell us because there's like an asteroid coming that's going to kill all of us, and he doesn't want us worrying.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't see any rain in the forecast, but I'm not the fucking weatherman. So I'm not gonna even attempt, but I don't see any on there. So we'll see how that goes. All right. You got any final thoughts, T?
Yeah, 2 quick ones. Farm system rankings came out today or over the last 48 hours or so from MLB Pipeline and Baseball America. The Red Sox are number 5 on Baseball America. I will say, be kind of careful with how you look at it. Marcelo Meyer was included in that. He's right on the line of graduating. Sox prospects he already has. Baseball America, it was the line for them. MLB Pipeline had them right around 11 post Marcelo Meyer, and I think that's the right range, right around there. Fringy top 10, maybe a little bit on the outside. And just a great nugget from Alex Spear that Luis Perales hasn't been ruled out as an option for the Red Sox down the stretch, which is kind of crazy considering he's going to be throwing bullpens at the end of August and ramping up, and has never pitched above AA and pitched very few. He's very less than a handful of starts at AA, I believe. Before he blew his elbow out last year, he was a top 60
4
prospect.
starts in Portland.
But Alex Spear reported that he'll be in the consideration. So sounds scary, sounds very risky, but with a lot of the things we talked about, it's kind of right on brand. I'm fighting Sam. I'm sorry. She's tweaking out.
July 28th, Chris Hadfield said Luis Perales, late August target for live BPs. He's going to pitch for the boss. Are you going to hit your dog with the pillow?
No, I'm adjusting my back.
Okay. All right. That's better.
Thank you.
That would be, I don't necessarily hate it. It's just kind of like, why not get Kyson Witherspoon in the mix? Like, what? Why not? What's the argument against that?
It's just like poor Luis Perales. Like, you're just like, yeah, no AAA, just get to it, man. Like, fresh off elbow surgery. Let's see. It doesn't seem super likely, but the fact that the Red Sox hadn't ruled it out and it's an option is kind of crazy. I agree.
He's still like, that's where all the Kyle Harrison shit goes right out the fucking window. You can't tell me we're being super cautious. You just say you turned 25 or 24? 24. So Luis Perales turned 22 in April. Like I can't have Kyle Harrison being behind Luis Perales and the guys coming up this year. That's crazy.
It must be the craziest games the catch he's playing on the backfield.
Two
starts.
Games.
I know.
7 innings.
And it just fresh off TJ. Let him rip.
Electric innings. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, 100%.
He was unbelievable. I'm still a big Louis P guy, but that would be outrageous.
I'm just going to read it so everyone can hear it. One potential X factor for the Red Sox down the stretch, right-hander Luis Perales. The 22-year-old is more than a year removed from Tommy John. He's on track to start throwing live BP at the end of the month. Given his potential for a triple-digit fastball to go with the splitter and slider, the Sox haven't ruled him out as an end-of-year contributor.
Okay.
It's crazy. I know. I said the same thing. I was like, I talked about it with Ian, and Ian was like, yeah, I could see it. It's a possibility. I don't know, man. That seems very risky. Very, very risky.
Sure. I'm all for it. I'm all in.
Jump him from AA.
Bring in Perales.
Yeah, that ain't happening, brother.
That's not what I'm hearing.
Final thoughts?
I'm hearing Luis Perales is on his way to Fenway
today.
He's gonna be playing second in pitching. He's right. What was it? When Casas was taking mental hacks? Was that the big joke last year? Has Perales been doing like mental pitching for the last year and a half?
I'm not seeing that here. I'm not. I posted a video today of him playing catch down in Fort Myers, essentially on the mound.
Luis Perales making the Red Sox before Patrick Sandoval had to have been like plus 97,000. Like there's no world where he should be pitching.
Like, I don't know. I really, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Was Miguel Amaya tonight? Just got back from the 60-day IL with an oblique injury and immediately had the Casas injury at first. Like his leg just exploded.
Yeah, just carted him off. Like he's
that's what I imagine would happen to Luis Perales. Like he would throw his first pitch, it would be a tank, and his arm would fall off right off the bone.
They're going to need one pitch. That's all they need. They just need. It's going to be a 0-2 count. Game 7 of the World Series. Get on the mound and throw this one pitch. Throw everything you have.
Jordan Hicks is, for some reason, can't throw the last pitch. He keeps shaking off Wong. He can't have it.
Perales, let it fucking rip.
The Luis Perales game 162 start with Connor Wong playing both first and second is going to move mountains.
Who's the Rays pitcher from it's like 20 years ago, but his arm just blows out and he's like grabbing it and like screaming in the worst pain. Tony Saunders. That's what I would picture would happen, but I don't know. The Red Sox are contemplating it.
Yeah, no, I'm again, this has my full support. Give me Luis Perales on the Red Sox in September. I'm here for it.
Coley, final thoughts?
All Jared. Well, last name unknown. I'm only going to be thinking about Luis Perales for the foreseeable future. I will be bringing
I'm so happy I got to break this news to you. This is awesome.
Every episode. I wasn't on my phone at all today. It was like the only day I've ever done that.
What month last year was the last time that he faced a professional hitter?
I think it was like late May, early June.
Yeah, I have June in my head, but because he pitched high A last year. He got elevated to Portland. Didn't Ian injure him? Didn't he go there and immediately injure him?
Yeah, his last start was June 8th last year.
Okay.
I just remember it was like top 100 prospect, next start, dead. Like, goodbye. And he was out of the top 100 that fast.
Yeah, credit to the Sox prospect guys who we've thoroughly blown in this episode.
Oh, we love them.
They deserve it. But they have never budged, never wavered with their Luis Perales ranking. He has stayed right there, even with the big three. Even when the big three became the big four, he was still right there in that top 5. And there he sits.
And there he sits.
And he's coming back with a vengeance for
right there at number 3.
Yeah. Yeah, he never really budged out of that top 5.
I think what I like most about Sox prospects is they graduate guys much quicker than the other publications.
So like T was saying it, Pipeline he's what, 9 at bats short technically of.
I think it's BA. BA is.
Oh, BA, excuse me. BA he's like 9 at bats short or whatever it is, but his actual days in the majors is like he will not qualify for Rookie of the Year next year, even if he never steps foot on the field again this year.
To be fair, MLB Pipeline also has Franklin Arias as the top 24 prospect in the sport right now. So like that's where you know.
They're not the only ones though. Now it's not just Keith Law.
No. Baseball America is much more reserved. Not significantly, but he's a top 60 guy no matter where you look right now.
Yeah.
And they have Tolley at, I think, 28 on MLB Pipeline as well. But
yeah, he was right behind Arias.
And Baseball America actually kicked Brandon Clark out.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to pitch more than like one batter a game.
Exactly.
For sure.
You can't be a reliever. You're not a starter just because you come in the first inning. It's not that, you know.
But I don't like, and Brandon Clark, we should have probably talked about more throughout the year because he does have electric stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know that if his ceiling is closer, that ruins him as a prospect for me. Like you see how we can't come out of the Padres series be like, man, look at that bullpen, and then also be shitting on like the minor league. Those weren't all trade acquisitions. You know what I mean? Like those weren't all them overpaying for Mason Miller and shit like that. Like they've developed a lot. Like the entire basis of the Padres is them trading away their starter for Fernando Tatis Jr. If that doesn't happen, they're not who they are right now. Simple and plain. Them selling is why they're who they are.
Yeah, I think for Brandon Clark, in a lot of ways, the name I look at is David Sandlin. I think extremely similar, incredibly impressive stuff. You look at a reliever role, and it feels like they could pitch like the 8th inning or the 9th inning. The dream is they're a starter because they're ceiling there of mid-rotation or better. You just got to be able to do it. And like you saw, even David Sandlin made progress this year. And the second they could move him to the bullpen for the stretch run, they fucking jumped all the way in. And it's been a mixed bag, but keep it 1 inning and it'll look like his last outing out there. And I think there's a lot to get excited about. Hits 100, good slider, sweeper.
We got a new Hicks coming.
Yeah, just let him rip. And it seems like I think we see him before we see Tolley or Connolly early. And I think Tyler Uberstein deserves a little love too. Alex Hoppe,
they're still starting.
Was very hyped about.
Do you look into anything with them still starting Tolley? I know the pitch count's still what to look at, but it is a little peculiar they didn't move him to the bullpen like they did with Sandlin.
I think we'll see as the workload gets kind of lower and lower because he's still right around 70 pitches. I'd expect over the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we see it 60, 50, and then they'll start to focus in like bulk roll 2 innings and see what it is.
But if the idea
put it
is
below
to move
20%.
Him, that sure, that part too, because that makes it seem like if the idea is to see him in September, you'd have already moved him to the bullpen.
I don't know. I understand where you're coming from because it's like the aggression with Sandlin. I think with Tolley, they're willing to continue to lessen the workload and then they'll see what it looks like. But I don't think it's like a pressing thing for them.
No, definitely not. I just think it'll be like maybe too late if they wait too long.
It's
Whereas
fair.
Sandlin, it seems like they for sure want him up.
And I think part of it is left-handed depth versus right-handed depth where they don't really have the right-handed arms, but they have left-handed arms they're at least feeling good about. Like Giovanni Moran, who I like and I was happy to see get called up. He was only called up because Brendan Bernardino couldn't come back up.
Sure.
He hadn't had enough days down there yet. So like I assume that will be the swap once you have the chance to do it.
Sandlin is Rule 5 eligible, so you'd have to add him to the 40 regardless, whereas Tolley you
don't they have a 40-man roster spot open right now?
No, they just filled it with the catcher and Moran.
Oh,
they called them both of them.
Nick Birdie's still in the org though. No one claimed him.
He got
out. Be in AAA.
So Sandlin, I agree the right-handedness, but I think the Rule 5 has to play
big part
there
of it
as
too.
well, because Tolley, it would be a little Von Grisham-ish, especially if now Luis Perales is our ace.
Yeah. Is it? Hoppy too
so,
makes a lot of sense there.
You should be mad at T for telling me that because it's all I'm going to talk about.
It's just
forward.
weird.
Where
it's
is
so weird.
Louis? And we're so close to the end of August right now. Like
he hasn't faced the header.
I thought he was doing lives. No,
the end of the month.
No, not yet.
Just
two. So it worked for Yoshida. We're doing it for Perales too. You go right from Florida to the bigs.
Was it like in 07? John Lester just appeared in the World Series, and they were like, "Go get him, kid." That's gonna be Luis Perales.
Game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Let it eat.
If he's the pitcher version of Adalberto Mondesi, he makes his debut in the World Series.
Yeah,
like it has to be some like rookie of the year shit that we just haven't heard about, where like they took his arm out of the cast and he just threw like a 200 mile per hour fastball. We're like, this is it. We can't let anybody know. Just we're saving
we can't have this wear off. We need to use it now, and we'll deal with whatever happens.
Cook, man.
Jake's takes.
Just another great episode with my buddies Coley Mick, Tyler Milliken, and Jared Carabras. Thanks for coming out, guys. We'll see you on Sunday.
Doop, doop, doop.
Buenas noches, amigos.